What's up, everybody? Let me know if you guys can hear me or not. I'm having internet issues, so I'm just kind of running off of 4G right now. Let me know if you guys can hear me, though. I have no other way of checking this, so. Can you guys hear me at all? Anybody? All right, you guys can hear me. Okay, cool. Sorry, guys. I'm running off of 4G. There's some internet issues here, but what's going on, yo? Good to see everybody. It's been what, 2 weeks, 2 weeks now. So it's gonna be a little different. Like typically, I can go and see what everybody's saying on here. So now I got to kind of scroll with my finger again, like a long time ago. Top dog, cheers, man. Good to see you. EJ, good to see you. Cheers, man. Bourbon of the week, what's up, buddy? Whiskey Nose, up, Marty. Russell's in house. Shauna Marie D, what's up? Tim Corney, what's going on? Mark is in the house. What's up, Mark? Good to see you, buddy. Shayla Summers, how are you, ma'am? Jeffrey Whack, what's up, buddy? Cal Drams, Ed Williams, Daniel Barry Sports Highlights. What's going on, guys? Good to see you all. Ed Williams, Joe the Sample Guy, Eric Damaris. Chip, what's going on, man? Good to see you. Bourbon Hunter Lee, cheers, guys. Everybody's packages should have went out, so if for some reason you didn't get one, let me know, and I can send it back out. So send something back out if you didn't get anything. But yeah, guys. So I know there's a lot to get caught up on. A lot of there's a lot of barrel picks getting ready to roll in here. Not only from me, but we have Blue Note rolling out that we did with Hello Again Whiskey Friends and Jason from the Mash and Drum. So there's that's going to be rolling out soon. The Backbone picks should be rolling out this week. According to Jay at Shared Pour, they should be rolling out this week at some point. And then there's an old Dominic pick that we did again with Hello Again Whiskey Friends. They spearheaded that with Jason from the Mash and Drum and myself. So an old Dominic pick rolling out, and you got again the Blue Note pick rolling out, and we have the 3 different backbones that we did. So those are going to be rolling out as well. A lot of different barrel picks, guys, coming out. So I'm telling you though, those backbone picks you guys are going to want. I promise you. There's going to be bundle deals on them too. So I can't wait to get my hands on those. I can't wait. Last I talked to him, he said that they were in transit to the store. So you know what? I wonder. I could share the link. I just don't know how. I haven't really done it like this. So I'm not really sure how I would add people on the screen. But Evan Day, cheers, bud. JG's in the house. Cheers, man. I know, Jeff. Same here, man. I don't know what's going on. Jeff Ferguson's in the house. Cheers, bud. Good to see you. Love back, but yeah. I mean, for sure. They're all good picks rolling out. I mean, you got some picks from my buddies over at 21090 and getting ready to roll out some Corbin Cash picks. 2 of them. They have a rye and then a hazmat bourbon. That's very up there in proof. I don't know if they've come out and said what the proof was, so I won't state it, but it is hefty. But it's fantastic. It's absolutely fantastic. They had to get together and they had at Old Line Spirits, and they had the guy fly in from California. I can't remember his name off the top of my head. Fly in from California and do share some stuff about it, his story and all that kind of stuff. So that was really cool. But that those picks are really good from Corbin Cash. So they got some really nice barrels from them. 140 proof. I think it's higher than that, JG. I want to say it's like 10 proof points higher than that, but we'll see when it's bottled. Again, I don't want to state it if they haven't said anything, so I'll wait until that's confirmed with them. But yeah, it's high, and it doesn't drink. To me, it doesn't drink that hot. It doesn't drink 150 proof, but well, I just told you what the proof was, but yeah, it's really really good, really really good pick, man. I'm really excited for that one. I will try. Let me see if now. See, there's no way I can share the link with you guys. I can't hop off the screen, so I'm not quite sure what to do there. Hold on 1 second, guys. 1 second. I don't even know where I can go and chat. 21090. Speaking of 21090, here they are. What's up, buddy? Todd, I didn't know if you shared with your patrons the proof of that pick. So I didn't, I wasn't 100% sure, but here's the link if anybody wants to hop on. You guys are more than welcome. Like I said, I'm not used to doing this on my phone, so it's a little weird. And know that nobody needs to make a poll. Cheers, everyone. Yeah, I hear that, man. Dan spilled all your secrets. Fuck you, JG. Oh shit. What's in everybody's glass tonight, guys? What's in everybody's glass? I'm gonna be doing this Barrelcraft Spirits blind here. I think I have a couple of their batches at home because I was looking for some of the like 28, 29, 30, but I can't find them. So I don't know if they're at home or if I finished some of them. I don't know. So tonight it'll be we'll throw batch 34 in the mix. Batch 34, 33, 35, and 36. So it'll just be 4 of them. I did have 27, but I got to figure out where I put it. I know that's kind of an older one, but figure you still use it. Mashing Drum, what's up, buddy? How are you? I posted that link, guys. If anyone wants to hop on, you guys are more than welcome. Star comment. There we go. Yeah, guys, there you go. 21090 said 150 on the Corbin Cash, 6-year bourbon, 136 on the 9.5-year rye. I'm telling you that 150 proof bourbon does not drink its proof to me, and it is that's a sneaky one right there. That'll get you in trouble. So let me pour myself something here. I don't even have a yeah, I do. I got a Glen. I poured some of the what was that? That was the Barrel King the cherry cola. Very good. Very, very good. Your bourbon, yes, that's so good. The Chattanooga 17th anniversary, very nice. Tommy D, what's up, man? What's going on, buddy? Yeah, I saw some of the stuff, some of the bottles that Matt had, ADHD whiskey, all the different looking all the samples that he had from I guess some of the Barrel King stuff he's working on. a lot of those tasting notes sounded really good. So I'm excited to see what the next batches are to roll out. So I better turn that off. I'm sure you guys can hear that on there. Let's see. Let me hold on, guys. Sorry about that, guys. Looked like you were in an awesome place. Yeah, I saw that. I saw that too, Todd. She was chilling out in the mountains, up in the mountains somewhere. Just had to put in a box today. Infused oils from Colorado. Uh-oh. Infused oils. So that's what you guys use. I use art supplies. That's my that's my thing on there. So art supplies kind of stretch kind of far with stuff. So but again, guys, for those of you just hopping on, I did send out pretty sure I sent out all the packages, so everything should be out to you guys. I do have some really exciting news, and I think I shared it the last live I had, which was 3 weeks ago. But Ian Sturzman from MGP is coming on the channel. He will be on September 9th. I believe it's a Monday, September 9th. Ian Sturzman from MGP is going to come on. I'm just going to talk to him about kind of all things MGP, what's going on, anything new that they may be working on that they can talk about. We can talk about the newest release from what is that? What is that called? I have the bottle somewhere. The Remus. So I wanted to talk to him about the Remus too. And then I'm sending him a couple old samples of Old Quaker that was distilled out at Shinley, which was again distilled over at that in like Old Quaker, distilled on the grounds of MGP. So I'm going to send him some samples, kind of sip along, a little bit of history from where he works. So Peter B, cheers, man. Good to see you. 290, I was up in the White Mountains, New Hampshire. I went skiing. This is years ago. I went skiing it up in New Hampshire. I think I talked about this on a live. I don't know if it was it Loon? Is it Loon Mountain that's up there? I can't remember the name of it. I don't know if it's Loon or if it's something else, but yeah. And then he's actually going. So I think 21090 is going to have Ian on. I think maybe. I don't think that's confirmed yet. Maybe the week after me or sometime in September. I think. Again, I don't know if that's been confirmed yet, but I think they were talking to him about it. But a lot of cool stuff. Again, guys, going on over 21090. So if you guys, anybody new here hasn't subbed or hasn't joined their Patreon, a lot of really fun lives. Incorporating music and whiskey and some crazy nonsense. But it's all fun. It's all fun. Some of my good buddies from Maryland here. So now speaking of a 21090 pick, I'm actually going to pour this next. This is their High and Rye, guys. High and Rye. Todd taking a little dive in the pool. So this is from Still Austin. This is one of their. This is the very first single barrel rye whiskey that reached outside of Texas. So they've had some ones that stayed in Texas. But this is the very first one that branched outside of it. So, but yeah. So that's. I'm actually gonna pour a little bit of that next because that's good stuff. So if you guys haven't purchased one, I think there may be a few left. Todd can confirm that. So Ian is going to be on their channel on October 8th. That's exciting, man. Because he toots. 12 bottles left on that bad boy. Share pour, guys. There you go. 12 bottles left. How about 21090? Let's get them things sold. It's really good. Really, really good. We're going to pour that next. I don't have any water over here, unfortunately. I had to go get a bottle. I'm gonna need it anyway for the blind. Woo. Okay. I got like honey buttered rye toast on this. Man, that nose is killer. Richie Z, what's up, buddy? Good to see you. It is a good rye, Todd. It's a very good rye. Let me see if anybody's tried to hop on, guys. I'm sorry. I'm not used to this on the phone. Okay. Nobody's tried to hop on. I don't know how to pin it. I can't pin it because I'd have to go on YouTube and it's a StreamYard, so I have to. Tim Corney, what's going on, man? Good to see you. And of course, guys, you got Mash and Drum putting out tons and tons and tons of picks too, guys. So, and I'm sure all you guys are familiar with the Mash and Journey Whiskey Club. So, a lot of exciting things getting ready to roll out there too. I think they were releasing one. I don't want to say what it is because I don't know if I can, but it was something they released not that long ago. It was I guess another barrel of it. So we're really looking forward to that. So hopefully I can get my hands on that one. Jay got throw Andy, that was such a fun event too. So again, guys, 21090 had an event over at Old Line Spirits, and it was David Souza. There we go, David Souza from Corbin Cash flew all the way from California to here to hang out. So we all went over to Old Line and tasted through the picks that we did as a patron group of theirs, and then they also had the Still Austin. They had that there, and then they also had both pours of the Corbin Cash that we kind of tasted through and talked about, and then it was kind of like almost like an open bar. That was a lot of fun, and then a handful of us went over to Barflies in Baltimore for the rest of the evening. That was a lot of fun too. So, Travis Robeson, what's going on, bud? Good to see you. I still get that. It's such a it's a very very sweet, just like again, it reminds me of like a honey buttered rye, like a rye bread on the nose. Baking spices. It's very sweet. It's very very inviting on the nose. Very inviting. And for those who have had Texas whiskey, I will tell you that, in my opinion, anyway, that this is not something that'll give you, like you always hear about, like that Texas funk. This is not something where you get that Texas funk. I mean, there's some other things out there. I won't mention any brands, but there's some stuff out there that gives you a little bit of funk. I'll say one is Balcony. Some of the Balcony stuff gives you a little bit of funk. Not all of it, but this is really good though. This is very good. Master Drum. You say go Braves? Oh, this is go Browns. Oh shit. Like if you were to taste this rye in a blind, there's no way that you could say that this is from Texas. It just doesn't give you that flavor profile of a Texas rye. I would say it's a mixture of um maybe like a Kentucky rye mixed with like maybe a non-big rye producing state, but it doesn't give you like a Texas funk on this thing. It's so good, so good. I like this one. I like the 21090 pick better than the Barrels for Hope pick that they did. I think this one just has more of a very like a unique profile to it. That one The Barrels for Hope one is it's good, but I think this one wins in a head to head for sure. I haven't done it, but I think it would win in a head to head. I don't know, for some reason it's very weird, but lately here, like I haven't really been drinking a ton of time just because I've been busy. Um, but the proof has like lately here the proof hasn't been drinking on anything that I've tried. It hasn't been drinking what it normally like what it comes in at. So it's like everything's kind of toned down a little bit, and I noticed that when I was at Old Line when I was having that Corbin Cash Hazmat bourbon, it just wasn't drinking 150 proof to me. It was hot. Don't get me wrong, it was hot, but it wasn't drinking 150 proof. Uh, but then I started to notice that with the the few drinks and stuff that I had from that time until now, stuff's just not drinking hot to me anymore. So it's very odd. Uh, Big Vic, what's going on, man? Eric Gunderson's in the house too. Just the two still Austin bangers this Friday. Oh shit. Frey Ranch, two Nashville barrel picks, two backbones, Midwestern rye, that's right, High Bank, double bourbon, and a Bardstown rye of the event. Jesus Christ, man. That's nuts. That's a lot of stuff to be released, man. I'll be looking forward to a couple of those though. If they can make my if I can make the tier. I'd like to try out a couple of those. I haven't really been buying a lot of stuff, and that's kind of what I wanted to ask you guys as a group is like, what are you finding yourself not buying as much whiskey anymore? And if so, are you buying more things that you're finding on the shelf, or are you buying more picks from groups? I'm curious to ask you guys. Um, I feel like I'm buying more picks from groups and not anything really kind of on the shelf. Like I saw a couple things on the secondary that you wouldn't typically find in stores. Some picks and whatnot, but in a like I haven't gone to and I'm trying to think back, but I haven't gone to a store and bought anything in a very long time. I was gonna go to Sagamore tomorrow maybe and see what they had there if I could pick something up. I know they have their new release there, but I haven't been to a store and bought anything recently. So, um, Katie Turk is in the house. What's up, Katie? Good to see you. You guys are more than welcome to hop on. If anybody wants to hop on, guys, I know I starred the link. I can't pin it because I'm on my phone, running off of just 4G because the internet here there's something wrong with it, so can't use my computer. Uh, Eric Bourbon Jerk, what's going on, man? Cheers, buddy. Keith Thompson says um, picks and rares if at retail. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I don't know, man. I just every Thursday morning, which I think Eric. Oh yes, I know that, man. I know that Tennessee breakfast, buddy. I miss that Tennessee breakfast. I miss that Tennessee breakfast. That was fun. And it's so funny because when John talked about the Tennessee breakfast, I literally thought like we were gonna go eat first. I was wrong. We went to go drink whiskey first, and not a little bit of whiskey. It was a lot of bit of whiskey. So that's that Tennessee breakfast that he talks about, guys. Just so you know. So if he ever talks you into it or swindles you into it, just know you probably want to eat before you go hang out with John for a Tennessee breakfast because you're gonna drink. You're gonna drink a little bit. So yeah, but I haven't, like I said, I haven't really gone into a store and bought anything. Uh, it's been picks. I mean, the last things I got sent to me were the Barrel 36, the Jack Daniels, the Jack Daniels. What is that? I haven't even reviewed it yet. The Straight Rye, the Twice Barrel Straight Rye whiskey. I haven't even reviewed it yet. I took a sip of it. It's pretty good. Um, that's it. I mean, I mean, that was stuff that was just sent to me. So you know, outside of picks and stuff, I think picks is just what I'm really going for. I think I'm going to bite the bullet and just try to go find a Russell's 15, unless somebody knows if somebody has a local store that's selling one. Let me know, and I'll gladly send you the money for it. I'll send you a couple samples of something as a thank you. I'll pay for shipping, whatever. If anybody can find one at a decent price, let me know. I don't see them around here, and then on secondary, they're like 450 to 500. So anybody finds one or knows of one, um, that's cheaper than that, let me know, and like I said, I'll send you the money that day, pay for shipping, and send you some samples as a thank you. So, Dustin, we can't. This doesn't stop making great picks. Oh shit, the rum, yeah, that rum is so good, man. Um, yeah. So Peter, you're doing picks too, yeah. I mean, Dan will secure a collab with the judge. Yes, yes. So we're so 21090, Todd and Andy, myself, and then the Bourbon Judge Marcus are looking to do a one of those rum picks at Old Line Spirits, and one of the ones that's finished in the single malt. So Marcus from the Bourbon Judge, he was actually at the event, and he tried it, and he was like, "What?" Really liked it. It was really good to actually see him. It was the first time I actually got to meet him, so that was a lot of fun. So, but I know he's down for it, and I know 21090 and myself are also we're all in. So that's gonna be fun. That's gonna be a lot of fun to do, and they're so good. It's so different, So I'll say this. So we were over Joe and Kathy Graves' house, and we do a couple blinds over there. They have they set up some blinds. Everybody brings a bottle um, that nobody else knows about, and we do these blinds. So that rum that they have over there was in the blind, and everybody thought it was an American whiskey because of the profile. And I even thought it was an American whiskey, and come to find out, it was that rum. It just comes off as like very sweet yellow cake. But yeah, it tricked a lot of people. So Dave Vogel saying, "What's up, man? Prescription bourbon's in the house. What's going on, buddy?" It's ridiculously good. Guys, if anybody wants to hop on, you all are more than welcome, man. Just let me know. Um, I'll fit you on the screen somehow, some way. This is so good. That's so good. I'm gonna put this to the side though, because I want to get into this blind. I don't have anybody here to mix up the glasses for me tonight, so I'm gonna have to kind of do it myself. DBAEC. Okay. Oh, I need batch 27. That's what I needed. I'm gonna throw batch 27 in there too, because I don't know where any of the other ones are. Give me 1 second, guys. I'm gonna go grab some water really quick and see if I can find that batch 27 too. 1 sec. There's the 27 on that. All right. Sorry about that, guys. All right, got my water. Got the found the 27 too. So we'll throw the 27 in there as well, just to see. Look, I'm trying to use the mouse. I can't even use a fucking mouse. Major Zero, what's going on, bud? Good to see you, my friend. All right, so let's get this stuff poured out here. So we got the 27, the 33, 34, 35, and 36. Just going to go blind. I did review the 36. I haven't put it out yet. I think I'm going to put it out on Wednesday. You know, I thought the 36 was decent. And I know in a lot of my reviews, I know like the way that you can tell for me from my reviews anyway, if I really like something, I kind of say my words differently. Like I'll say like this is a pretty decent batch here, right? Or I'll say this was, this was really good, or I'll say like this was absolutely fantastic. Those are like the kind of levels of reviews that that like how I say it. But I think the 36 was just decent. I think it was good. I wouldn't. I don't know if I'd go buy a bottle though. I don't know. Uh, I feel like on the barrel 36, you get the age, you get the higher age stuff in there, and for sure. But something was missing, and it wasn't as layered as some of the other like the 30 batches. I do want to let a little bit of air get into it just to see if it opens up, but um, I wasn't wowed by it like some of the past batches. Again, I thought it was a pretty decent batch, but definitely taste some of the older whiskeys that are inside that. So, uh, Dusty has a review code. I do. I mean, if you really go back and look at it, like that's kind of how I review stuff. Like outside of the hidden barn, right? When you just kind of say what it is, like a spade's a spade. Um, like I'll say like this is pretty decent stuff here, or this is really good stuff here, or this is absolutely fantastic. That's kind of like the levels of like how I'll do the reviews. I did the whole score thing before and stopped it because I just didn't. I know some people like that stuff, some people don't. Um, but that's kind of like it's the verbiage and how I say like how the review was. So, but Barrel Batch 36. I don't know if I'm all in on it, man. I'd have to let it open up a little bit more and see, but um, definitely some oakiness in that one, with some of that higher age stuff in it. But I don't know. I haven't really seen anybody's review on it. So Candy Road, I watch your reviews for the for this disco chess candy. Well, you know what, man? Winter is approaching, so it might be time for some of those pop collars, JG. So be on alert. All right, you'll be the first to know. I'll let you know on Patreon that I'll be wearing a button down shirt just for you, just for you. All right, let's get this thing poured here. Let me put this in alphabetical order. I gotta write it down too, because I don't remember it. A B C D E. All right. I'm curious as to what's gonna come out on top though. And you know what's crazy? Like you would think that with the Barrel Batch 36, with it having more of that higher age stuff in there, that it would be darker. But like looking at it next to the Barrel Batch 27, the 27 looks darker than the 36 does. But it could be the lighting right here. I don't know. All right, so let me write this down here. All right. So we are going to start. We'll go high to low, or we'll go low to high. So we'll pour the 27 in A. 27 is in A. Let me write that down. I would like to see them start to utilize more of the other states. Like when they put out their their New Year's batch, they utilize a lot of different whiskeys inside there. I would like to see them start to utilize a little bit more of those whiskeys in those standard released batches. Just just to change the profile up a little bit, because sometimes, like on a lot of these, you obviously taste a little bit of that Tennessee. Just sometimes it's not as strong, and it's not as like fruit forward, but there are some pretty consistent flavors throughout some of those batches, and I would just like to see him throw in something else every now and again. Like Barrel Batch 37 should be Kentucky, Indiana, Tennessee, and maybe like a, I don't know, a Wyoming or a Maryland or something that's just a little different, just to change the profile a little bit. That's what I want Barrel to do. They're not going to listen to me, but that's what I want. Sorry guys, welcome back. What's up, Jay Sales? What's going on, buddy? I did have a good vacation, and then last week I was just tied down with work. I had a lot to get caught up on, and I just didn't have the time to do it live, unfortunately. I wanted to really, really bad. I couldn't make it happen. So by the time I got home, like home, the live would have already started. And I hadn't even traveled over here yet. I know it's not far, but I just didn't have the time to do it. I really wish I could have, though. All right, so 33 is going into B. So I got a question for you guys out there. So what batch do you think is going to come out on top? And then what batches are your guys' favorites? I'm curious. Curious to see what you guys think is going to come out on top out of all these batches. 27, 33, 34, 35, and 36. 34 is going into C. D is going to be 35. I forgot how to pour whiskey, I guess. I don't know. And 36. Yeah, I mean, they got some 15-year stuff in here. 15-year, 10-year, 9-year. I mean, the minimum age on the batch 36 is 7.5 years. But like I said, I mean, in the review, like you can taste some of the older whiskey in the batch 36. So, all right. So 35 is D and 36 is Echo. All right. So 33, Cali Drams. Dave Vogelsang says the 33. Bruce, what's going on, Bruce? Cheers, man. Good to see you. Batch 33. I think it came out on top. Okay, so everybody's saying the 33. Okay. All right. I respect that. All right, now let's get these things mixed up. I gotta kind of watch the screen so I don't know what glasses I'm putting where. Major says 33. Gunderson says 27. Okay. Everybody's saying 33. Man, I hope it doesn't come in last. I don't know. I hope it doesn't come in last, though. We'll see. All right. There we go. All right. Oh, we got a guest. Somebody wants to have us. Top Dog. What's going on, man?
No problem. Because I'm having problems getting samples in.
So oh, John's not even there. He ghosted me, man. Where'd he go? Private chat.
I'm here.
There? Top Dog. Hey, cool. I got you, buddy. What's up, man?
I'm here. My neighbor just popped over, so I was talking to Brian.
You're all good. Let me. For some reason, I can't hear you very well, and it's probably my phone. It's not you. It's probably my phone. But
okay. I should mess with him and press mute.
1 sec.
But long story. He's good. He's gonna send me. He's gonna either say you pick from here, samples from here in New Jersey, or you can pick samples up when you're over there and bring them back.
That's what you want to do.
You want cast string? So we would prefer cast string.
Can you hear me now? Nope. Hey, Dan's back. 2 screens.
Sorry. What am I pending on the other screen too?
The Dusty Twins.
Wow, I didn't know
Jeez.
you were twins.
All right, hold on.
Okay,
So we're in like Flynn.
awesome.
Oh. We don't do it publicly, but we'll ask him.
What?
We'll ask him. Don't do it publicly, but we'll ask
Oh,
him.
no. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
I don't know. I don't know what's going on. What's up, man? What's up, Cobber Wolf?
You want me to try to come back in?
Oh, there we go. It popped off. Okay, we're cool. We're
Okay.
good. Dan's been cloned. I couldn't see it on my end. All I could see was a spinning screen. So, all right. Let's get into this bad. But what you drinking, John?
I picked a Nashville Barrel Seelbach pick that I got from Jeffrey. That is pretty damn good. Had that
Nice.
one the other night on Big Vic stream. And I said, what the heck? I was on the first bottle I seen, so I went to it.
Oh, hold on. I got another guest on here. Who is it? Let's see.
It's got to be
There's
Jay
nobody
Sells.
on there.
Oh.
Said I had a guest, but there's nobody on there. Somebody changed their mind. Jeff says he's working on his fantasy draft. Otherwise, how about? Come on, Jeffrey. No, I'm just joking. That's fine. I
Yeah,
get
I'm
it, man.
drinking his bottle of Seelbach. But one thing that changed with the Tennessee breakfast this Saturday, Jake became a dad of a baby boy.
Nice.
So Tennessee breakfast is on hold for a little bit, but he's all excited.
That's expected.
Yeah.
That's expected. That's awesome. Is that his first kid?
Yes.
Nice. Yeah. Man, I tell you, it's hard watching your kids grow up, man. Like, it happens so fast. Like, you get like the Facebook memories and stuff like that, and I got this little thing on my phone that pops up with like a memory from a picture I took, and it's like,
yep.
It showed me one that I took like 7 years ago of my oldest, and it's like it doesn't even feel like it's been 7 years, like
Right.
maybe 3 or 4, but not 7. Like it's crazy. It's really crazy how fast it goes by, and man, you gotta cherish that time,
Yep.
T Rob, what's up, buddy? I'm gonna go through, guys. I'm gonna go through here, nose them, taste them, and then kind of go backwards from there. So I should order a thin crust pizza. I don't know if I would need to, but I probably should. But
Put the wishes out there and have somebody send it.
yeah. I don't know if I've ever sent the address here or not.
No, because remember, Jonathan was sending you things. He said you got to answer your door.
yeah, I got sent to my house.
Yeah.
What about you, man? What have you picked up recently?
Well, I did get a Russell's 15. I got the Maker's Mark Heart. I got a Stag. The new Elijah Craig. Well, I know Renee's not out of town, so she's not listening. So, and I think I forget a couple more too.
Yeah.
Then we did a quick trip to Kentucky, and I got a bunch of bottles from Turkey, and got them signed by Jimmy when we were there, which was nice. And then we went next door to Lawrenceburg, which I sent you the message.
Yeah.
With that place. And that place, we got 4 bottles. And did we were like the second person to do a barrel pick where we went through his barrels and you filled your own bottle, which one you wanted. And we sat there too long because we were supposed to go to dinner, and all we did was go back to the place we were staying, and we had Uncrustables and cookies. We ate all our trash. Everything from the car. Peanut butter crackers and Uncrustables is what we had.
Hey, man, Uncrustables are good, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We always take them as a backup. Like when she's traveling, she always puts 2 in her luggage for backup. And when we go anywhere, I always put 2 or 3 in the cooler just in case.
That's funny. What's going on, Z man? Good to see you. Peter B said, "Wait till all your kids get out of high school. That's when you." Yeah, yeah. I mean, I have one that's gonna end next. Well, not no next year. Year after he'll be entering high school, man. But it's just it goes by so fast, man. It's one of those things you try to cherish those times when you can, man. But God damn, it goes by quick. It goes by so quick, in the blink of an eye, really. I mean, like I'm looking at pictures over here on the piano of someone, and it's just like, how in the hell did it go by that quick? It doesn't feel like it. Copper Wolf said it was batch 31 maybe that he bought last. Yeah. See, I knew I have 31 somewhere. I just don't know where it is. Unless I finished it.
I got the New Year's one down there. That's good.
Yeah, I got the New Year's.
Yep.
Even the Barrel Foundation was good. I like what they did with that.
I don't know if I got that one.
That's the one that's 5 years. That's good. Whatever glass number 3 is pretty good. I hate that error did in. Yeah, I got a 5.
T-Rob.
Yeah, Travis, so you're pretty close to mine. Mine are a little older, but man, it's crazy. My oldest is a teenager now, and my youngest is 9, and he'll be like very soon. But yeah, it's crazy. Like I don't know. And I think I missed out on a lot too because I was working out of state when they were young. Like when my youngest was 1 to 3, basically. I was working out of state, so I had an apartment. I was renting an apartment there, and then I had my house here. But I couldn't travel back and forth every day, obviously. But I missed out on a lot. And those are times you never get back, man. And if I could have changed that, I would. I should have never made that decision, but I did. And man, do I regret it. I'll tell you that right now. One of the biggest regrets in my life was that missing out on them growing up for that period of time. That's everything, especially that young. That one's pretty good. Been an empty nester since 2000. Love the kids, but nice to have the house to ourselves. Yeah, that's what's going on, Lance. Good to see you, bud. JH, what's going on, buddy? Yeah, it's it's I don't know. I guess it's just I can understand having an empty house and all that, but like I feel like one day you're just gonna miss kind of the chaos. Like, it's just it'll be gone, right? All the messy house and picking up after them, and now it's more so like going out to eat with them, doing activities with them, and stuff like that. And like at some point, you're gonna miss doing that. Like the opportunity is gonna be gone. Like my oldest is gonna be too cool for dad at some point, and it's just the way it is, man. That's life. Yes, for sure, T-Rob. 32 to 33 was the last barrel I bought. Yeah, I mean, honestly, like I get lucky with Barrel. They send me. I haven't bought anything from Barrel Craft Spirits. Again, they're kind enough to send me a bottle of everything to review, but yeah, maybe you shouldn't have said that. I don't know how I feel about the 36. I want to see where it ends in this blind for sure. So, and they're all pretty close in proof. So, like 114, 117, 115, 116, 114. So they're all within a couple of proof points of one another. But that third one, I didn't get a lot of the stone fruits on. So I don't know if it's a new one. Oh, well, you made empty nesters happy. Oh goodness. Yeah, it's one of those things, man. You know what? You know what? I talked to a couple people about this, man. I don't know how many people in the chat like Blink 182, but they have a new song out. It's been out for what, I don't know, a couple days, a week maybe. Um, that's really really good. It's called One More Time, and man, it's like super sentimental and like the lyrics can be taken and different contexts and stuff like that. It's a really really good song for anybody who likes Blink 182 or like
Dan,
them, listen to them
that
like
came
back
out
in the
3
day.
months,
But
3 months
huh?
to a year ago. That came out a year ago. Time
Was it a
flies.
year?
No, time flies. That's a joke.
Oh, all right. I was like,
Time flies.
I'm way behind, man. Um, yeah, Richie. Yeah, it's a really good song. Again, for those who listen to them, I mean, it was really good. It took me by surprise, man. I'll be honest with you, I got emotional when I listened to it. It's like I said, you can kind of take it in different ways. Like you can think about it like coming from yourself, and then you can also see it through like their eyes, like with the things that happen to them. But it's a really really good song, really good song. Um, yeah, Cali Drams. Yeah, absolutely. If you guys haven't listened to the song, yes, Shauna listened to it too. It got me emotional, man. It got me emotional. I was like, shoot, that's tough for a song to get me. Like it's tough for a song to get me. That one got me in my feels, man. See, this back to the there's something. Hmm, I don't know which one this is, but there's something different about that. I want to taste it going backwards, but I don't get a lot of that fruitiness on this one like I do glass 1, 2, and 4. Later up, pub. Hey, what's going on, man? Good to see you, buddy.
Cheers, pal.
JG says I'm a Swiftie. I'm not surprised, man. I'm not surprised at all. All right. I'm not gonna lie, man. I'd probably go to a Taylor Swift concert. It's probably fucking fun.
I would go.
I don't know. Like, I mean, if I had like a daughter, I mean, I'd probably have to go. But
Nobody said I'd have to stay, but I would go.
yeah. I mean, if I had a daughter, I mean, I'd probably be forced to stay. But I'm sure concerts are great, man. I mean, she's super talented. Don't get me wrong. I mean, she writes I'm guessing she writes all of her stuff. I know she writes a good bit of it. I don't know about all of it, but I mean, catchy stuff too, man. I mean, she's pretty talented. But I'm gonna say cheers. Yeah, John, if you get a chance to listen to the song after you get off the stream, just check it out, man.
I'll check it out.
Yeah. See, this smells like dark and rich on this one.
Mine's just all goodness. Barrel 736 on this one.
I got a guest. Hold on. I got a guest. Peter B's in the house.
Hey, how's everybody?
Peter, how we doing?
Sorry, man. I'm not used to seeing it on my phone. It's like
that's
okay. So you got the bottom.
No, everybody was talking. I just sent my youngest kid off to school. He's going sophomore, so all this kind of I'm pseudo an empty nester. So it's hitting home.
Yeah. It's weird, man. Right? Like it's.
Well, he's a sophomore, so we had it last year, and but it's nice. It's funny. I miss them more when they were younger. I'm like, I wish I'd go back to that. At the end of the summer, my youngest, he's ready to go, and I'm ready to have him gone for a little while. But
my niece just got a room at UMass today because she was talking to me. She's a junior. So she's got that solo room with the full kitchen with 3 other people in it.
Shit, that's pretty sweet.
My son's a sophomore at UConn, so and he's in a frat.
Like
actually,
when they're younger, you always wish you did more with them when you're younger. You know what I mean? And
Absolutely.
it's just one of those things, man. Like, you just don't have the time to do everything that you want to do with them. And
Well,
You know
my
what?
problem is,
But you do the
you
best
miss
you can.
everybody, but I
yeah,
moved away from the family, probably close to maybe 18 years ago. I moved away from New England and the family, and I don't see them as much. And it goes back to, like you said, nieces and nephews that I only met a couple times, at family functions, and how big they are. It's like, you know what? They're already 8 or 9 years old, and I really never even met them yet.
It's important to do that.
Yeah.
My nephew's not too far away. In my fantasy football draft, a guy dropped out. I dragged my nephew Jake in. We had a great time. My youngest son's in that too, so that I enjoy. It's just
Right.
yes.
like you said, Dan. They're going to get to the age where some kids, they're still cool with hanging out with parents. Some, unless you have their friends around, they want nothing to do with you.
I know. Yeah.
My
It's
youngest is
almost
a little like that.
It's almost to that point. So when I took him on vacation, I was really proud of like my oldest. So like we were walking down the boardwalk, and there was some younger girls, maybe his age, and they kind of like tail off. They kind of tail off from you a little bit. They take a few steps back. So I stopped and put my arm around him. he wasn't having any of that, man. He just
No.
no,
Yeah.
So
my oldest, he's good with doing stuff with me a little bit, and my wife. We went to an MMA thing, and my youngest, unless he's got friends of his, he just dinner's about all I can get. Fantasy football, because he's got his partner will come with him. Things like that. But and I get it. I think I was like that when I was their age. My friends weren't in, and then you got to your mid-20s, and you're like, my parents aren't so bad. And then you want to do things again. So there's that gap, and then you do things, but more as a peer, because now you're getting, you're into serious relationships. You get, you get married eventually, and then it's more. But you miss that being young. I just look at pictures, and as a parent, you do the best you can, and that's all you do.
That's all you can do, man.
Do everything you can to be with them, and if you did, if you make those the best you can, like you said, Dan, you had a few years, but you corrected it, and now you're there. All you can. That's a good parent.
Yeah, it's just, and it's sometimes you regret it, like knowing. Well, obviously, not knowing that the company was gonna, not be around. Like, had I known that, I would have never, obviously, went into that situation. But it's just one of those things that you just regret, man. Like, and because that's a lot of like great like time for you guys to like adapt and play and learn, and just missed it. I missed so much of it, man. It's tough.
I do too. I go back, and I just still remember when my youngest graduated high school, me and my wife was real sad, and I a little bit too, but she was crying. I was like, I miss just youth league stuff, sports, even up through high school, all that's gone, and you miss that. And, you miss the even when they were playing instruments and all those other things, and you're like,
yep,
that ain't anymore.
Yeah.
So, but there's other. So now I'm learning to adapt. My youngest son, he likes golf a little, so I try to golf with him, and so I'm getting him, and I golf. So I'm like, I do that with him. He likes fantasy football, so I got him into my league, and he likes that. So you find things that they like, and do the best you can to spend time with them doing that. So
yeah, it is about finding those things in common, and kind of like, even if it sparks a conversation, right? Like at least they see that, hey, maybe he's interested, maybe like things like that. Like that's like, I know that's kind of like the deeper psychology behind everything, but
my oldest, I kind of liked MMA a little, but he loves it. So I said, you know what? I got into it a little more, and they had a thing at Foxwoods, the casino. So I got some tickets, brought him, my nephew, which him are close to, and we went out and saw a great event, not the UFC stuff, but below it. And we're going to do it now every time they come. He's like, I want to do this more. I'm like, I'm in it. So I can do things with them,
Right.
Yeah, absolutely, man. That's fun.
Yeah. So it was good. And that's what you do. But I miss those times. I'm like, I love that time. Literally, I think from like my favorites from like toddler to like 10, 11, you know?
Yep.
Then they get that preteens. It's still good, but you get emotional.
Preteen was good, but man, they hit that that first year teenager. Oh my God.
My oldest
everything changes, man.
That's 12, 13 was real tough.
Yeah.
My youngest,
Yeah.
it was freshman year in high school. All of a sudden, he became the demon child. You know, he started. I don't need this. What the? Got real, but everybody's different. So
yeah,
but
you gotta let them know, man. Like my oldest knows, like there's a certain point to push dad, and then there's a certain point not to. So you got to set that boundary. You got to set that line, and you know, let them know from there, like what's cool and what's not. So,
but then you get to the point where, like, at the end of this summer, my wife's, "Oh, Chris is going back," and I'm like, "I'm good with that." Just little things like, you come home and you're like, "I cleaned the kitchen 3 hours ago. Sneakers, socks, underwear, really? Really?" He had the house to himself. He's like throwing everything. I'm like, "Oh, my bad, Dad." I'm like, I can't wait for school to start.
That's funny.
Empty dish.
John Cloud, what's going on, buddy? Good to see you. Bourbon Engineer, what's going on, man? Good to see you as well, buddy.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yep.
It's still fun though, man. I mean, even at that age, like
Eric.
Their personality has fully blossomed, and they're into the things they're into, and like now, like my oldest likes to walk to his buddy's house to school, or like by the school, and I'm not a fan of it, man. I don't like my kid walking by himself to his friend's house. Just something is it gives me a very uneasy feeling. Like I'd rather just drop him off, but he doesn't want to be dropped off. Like
there's nothing wrong with being overprotective. It's better than it's better. That's my sons hated it when I would drop them off at a house where I didn't know the parents, even until they're like sophomore, almost junior year. I'd be like, "I want to meet the parents." "Oh, Dad, come on." Sorry. Once they got to be like sophomores, 15s, that was different. But up to like freshman year, even, I want to meet the parents. And it's a decent thing to say, "Oh, wow. Matt's father wanted just to say hello, thank you, and just say, thanks for having my son over." That's all, And then it's just a nice thing. And nothing, it's better to do that than, not know.
But to Dan's point, like my neighborhood where my mom lives, where I grew up, there was no way I'd let my nieces and nephews walk to school now. And that's the routes I used to walk and hang out all hours of the night without my parents worrying about anything. But nowadays, you have to worry about those neighborhoods.
See, I grew up in a very different neighborhood than my son. My sons grew up very suburban, residential. I didn't quite grow up that way. I grew up a little tougher neighborhood. So they grew up a little more, I wouldn't say super privileged, but a lot more than I did,
Yeah. So Evan says kids need some freedom to figure shit out, which is true. You don't want them to leave home and not have any idea how to take care of them. That's very true. That is very true.
No, you do it in other ways.
It just makes me nervous. It's not that I don't trust him. It's I don't trust a lot of other people.
And it's okay to let them fail here and there, but on small things, like they're not prepping something for school. That's okay. Guess what? You're going to get B. And then, you do something wrong. You don't have to figure everything out for them and help them succeed in every little thing.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yep.
A little failure when they're younger isn't the worst thing.
I agree
easy for parents to prop them up.
I used to get in trouble from my my brother-in-law and sister-in-law because when I used to play cards with the kids, if I let them win, they'd get upset. They'd want me to beat their kids and only to make them better. And that was the truth.
Yeah.
And it did, because you hit a point in life where you can't beat the kids at certain things.
No.
So don't even bother letting them win.
Yeah.
That's a good, here's a good question for the chat, guys, and for those of you guys on the screen. What is the biggest regret you guys have had so far at this point in your life? What is, again, for you guys on screen, and then for those of you in the chat, what is the biggest regret you guys have gone through at this point in your life? I'm very curious to see what that looks like.
I don't want to say, but my grandfather gave me his baseball collection,
Oh no.
and I sold it at the mall to get a new set of rims for my bike. And my parents went through the
Oh
roof
my God.
and went back to the mall to the guy who swindled me for like $60 and said, I don't know what cards they were, so it's a done deal.
Yeah. Number one, a little too personal. Number two is really close to where you are, Top Dog. I had a collection of about 300-400 Marvel comics back from the 70s.
Oh.
I went to high school. I got too cool for that. And I just literally in a box or two just gave them away. You're talking about Avengers, Iron Man,
Yeah.
Spider-Man, all from the 70s. Just gave them away.
Oh man. Oh man.
My son was going, Dad, didn't you used to collect that? And I'm like, I don't want to talk about it. And I'm like, what did you have? I literally had just in Avengers about 200 magazines. Comics.
Wow.
Iron Man about the same. Spider-Man a little less, but the Avengers, I had them all. And that's when they came on. I flipped. That was my favorite thing of all time. I had a couple of others, but literally about 200. And I just got a buddy of mine that was a year or two younger than me. Hey, Chris, you want these? Yeah, why not? Here, take them.
Oh, that's gut-wrenching, man.
Well, at least I was ripped off by a stranger.
I was ripped off by stupidity.
Yeah.
Just being, I'm too
Well,
cool
me
for
too.
them now. I'm in high school.
Jeff Wax says, I used to get in trouble a lot, but I've grown a lot since Saturday. Biking Bourbon, what's going on, man? Good to see you. I'm just curious of everybody's biggest regret, like biggest regret in life right now. Like what was it?
Well, we could all throw relationships in there, you think?
Sure.
Yeah. Something
Sure.
like that.
That would, now we're going into a whole nother area. Dan, we're not doing a Vic style stream. We're going to be here till 6 in the morning to go there.
Yeah, you're right. I got work tomorrow.
Exactly. We'd be here at 6 a.m. and we wouldn't even be scratching the surface if we're talking that stuff.
So Evan says, biggest regret in life, staying in the military 22 years, too much.
Yeah.
Lost family time, too little reward, weighted against what I come in doing with my life. Much more. Yeah. Damn, Evan, that's
hard. Yep.
Yeah. So Evan was in, so he was in the Marine Corps. And he meets up with us over at Joe and Kathy Graves and 21090. He meets up with all of us. So great guy, great guy. But yeah, it's a long time of service, man. But to his point, 13 moves. I mean, that's a lot.
A lot.
Yeah,
that's a lot. That's a lot of moving.
You know, then going back into that, of the good things I did, where there's always things you're going to realize as a parent you could have done better. Yeah. But at least I got most of it right. Like I still remember, every year we have a group of friends, we do a ski trip, and it's planned way in advance. But it happened to be after that, they set up my son. He was a senior year, Captain Bird's wrestling team, their senior night. So literally, I skied on Friday, got done at 2:00, got in my car, drove all the way back to take part of all the senior night activities, then got back in the car, drove back to Vermont to get there for midnight to see all my friends drinking because they skied all day, sat, and then kept skiing until 5 or 3:30, then went drinking. And all I know was we had a bottle of what is it? Dalmore, the cigar malt. And I said, guys, save this when I come in because I brought it. There's like this much left, and my buddy Fernando goes, "Good fucking whiskey, you mother!" But you know what? It was worth it. I got that few sips of it, but I got back. I was literally zombie driving back. Got there,
and then got on Big Vic Stream. And then you got on Big Vic Stream when you got back.
It would have just started.
Yeah,
right in the middle.
Shauna says, "I need a few more drans before we get into that." Shauna, what are we pouring? I got to know. I got to know what it is, Shauna. Come on,
give us a taste.
Jump on the screen.
Bourbon Engineer says, "Not realizing until a recent post that I should not stress about failure and enjoy the little moments." Yeah,
absolutely,
man. What's up, Darrell?
Yeah,
cheers, bud.
Cheers,
you can hop on if you want, man.
Cheers, Darrell. But I agree, man. My friends were thinking I was crazy. What are you doing there? No, it's your son's, it's senior night. They announced he gives you a big hug. They wrestled. He won. They did that, and he's happy, and they take pictures of everything. It was great. So, and then you come back and you're exhausted, but they had younger kids. They didn't realize it at the time. And, so it's stuff you do.
Yeah. It's hard, man. I mean, I have a couple, but I'd really have to try to figure out like what the biggest one was. And I don't know. Yeah, that's tough.
One thing I don't regret is sending memories with the nieces and nephews and my friends' kids, giving them the opportunity to do things that their parents didn't let them do, or they get to play with tools at my house, or it could be in the boat fishing. It's things like that, setting memories with them.
Mm-hmm. I think I got to put this one last.
Yeah, that's what we were thinking. Me and Peter thought the same thing.
Yeah. I'm sitting here trying to like listen and try to get through this thing. And
so, Dan, which barrels do you have? I caught some of them, but I didn't catch all. What numbers?
Yeah, so I mean, right here, I can't find some of the other ones. I may have finished some. I got 27, 33, 34, 35, and 36.
Okay. 25 and 27 have been my all-time favorites.
27?
25 and 27. 33 is a close second.
33 is good.
32. I had a 30 that I still have a little of it, and I think I finished the 34. But that was my favorite. Was 27.
Yeah.
But I'm an outlier, so.
So Copperwolf says one maybe not the biggest, but selling stock when I should have.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
one
tough.
That's when you regret as you get older, not younger.
So back in when was that stock market? Was it the stock market crash in 2009?
2007 or 8, it crashed. Yes.
Okay.
It was right around the time
I knew it was right around there. So
when the housing bubble burst.
Yes. Yep. So Ford had dropped to like it was like 80 cents or something like that, or 65 cents, something like that, a share, right? And I called my buddy Brian. I was like, "Hey man, like, what do you think? Should I buy?" He was like, "No way! Like, it's gonna fold." I could have kicked myself in the ass, man. Like, I mean, even now, I don't know how much Ford stock is right now, but I know last time I checked it, which was, this was years ago, it was like $4 and some odd cents. I don't know what it is now, but I that's a big regret. So I would agree with Copperwolf on that, because man, but nobody really knew like if anything, like how they were going to bounce back or any, so that was kind of up in the air. But 2008, because subprime mortgage.
That was, that's an interesting thing. I still remember I was selling my previous home and we sold it in 2006. And I still remember a friend of mine we were talking about, mortgages at that time, and he was in the business. And all I could think was, he said something about, don't even worry about where they're getting the money. As long as somebody's giving it to them, you don't worry about their credit. There's like 0% mortgage. And I'm like, but if they got crappy credit and 0% mortgage, isn't that going to nail the banks down the road if they're giving like credit to people who shouldn't? And over, he goes, this is true. It ain't your problem, because you get the money to sell your house. They're giving you that. The bank is. I go, that's a good point. So where they got the money, but I sat there and I go, if they're doing nothing down to people with the credit isn't good or don't have the financial resources to pay it, that's going to come back to bite them. He's like, but don't you worry about it, because the bank's already given you the money. You got it. Boom. You can take it and buy your next house. I'm like, that's true. And you're okay because you're stable. And I'm like, that's true. And literally it crashed. And it was just such common sense. Banks got greedy.
Yep. They did. But so they're saying, so Ford stock now is $11.11 a share. So but it just goes to show, had I invested, had I not listened to him, had I invested into Ford, I don't know when I would have sold it, but if I would have held it for the long term, I mean, Christ, that would have been what, 10 some dollars.
It probably was much higher if you would look at its peak. Who knows? Probably.
Yeah.
Because I know they were doing really well a few years ago. So
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's one of those things,
maybe it was 15 plus. Who knows? It's true. That's an easy one. Coulda, shoulda, woulda.
I shouldn't have listened to him. God damn. That's what happens, though.
Yeah, I had my uncle passed away, and he was really, really smart and very wise in everything he did. He didn't invest a ton, but enough money that made him a good amount. Back in the 60s and 70s, he invested in a little company back then called IBM.
Yeah.
And the thing is, all he ever said was, I remember once, and he goes, Peter, whatever I put in, I should have put in tenfold.
Yeah.
And he did well. And he didn't put in much, I don't know, maybe 1,000 or something. And he was comfortable, bought a second home and everything. He's, I should have put in tenfold. He made a killing off that, whatever he put in. I never got into details because it's like, oh, right.
So Ford's, oh my God, Ford's 10-year high was $42.
Yup. I was saying it must have been higher. It's down a lot. Yup.
Oh my God, man.
Ford got greedy too. They put all their stuff into the big, super expensive pickups.
So Evan dropped a couple stocks here, guys. So Evan dropped some LUNR, ASTS, RKLB, all are up and coming space companies. Source, Trust Me. Okay. I got you. Evan, I'll reach out to you. I can't snapshot that, but I'll reach out to you on that one. Josh Fitz, what's going on, buddy? Good to see you. I bought Bitcoin in 2012 to play Poker Stars. I bought a couple $100 worth of oh my God, Lance. Oh shit. Oh God damn. Walker Hines, what's up, buddy? I went to a Blink-182 show in Dallas last month. One of my favorite bands of all time, nostalgic, robust. Yeah.
By the way, that was the other reason. I'm a huge Blink-182 fan. So they're on my travel playlist when I go on.
Have you seen the music video for the new song?
No, I have not. So I'm gonna get into that. Yes,
Peter, you gotta when you get off the stream, you gotta watch it. You gotta watch the music video. The song was fantastic, but when you put the song with their music video, it's great, man. It's great.
So what you say is you're not gonna play and get it shut down.
Correct. I can't. Yeah, I don't know how to do that on here while you guys are on here. So,
yep.
Walker Hines,
they've been around now 20 plus years. They're not,
since what, 99?
Part of me still thinks, oh, they're new and edgy. No, they're not. I'm just old.
Yeah. But if you watch your music video, man, like check it out. It's you'll see. You'll see. I don't want to ruin anything for you.
I won't. I'll watch it. I'm still thinking. I remember seeing, Damn It, all the small things, little things like, it's just I love them.
Do you remember the music videos from them?
A few of them.
Okay. Watch the video. Gotta watch the video.
Okay.
All right. I think I got my order, guys.
I'm curious to see how this pans out.
Me too. Me too. All right. So this is gonna be first place to last.
All right, let's see what you got
there. All right. Here we go. Let me make sure I'm caught up in chat.
Last, and I'm the true outlier because that's
all right. So coming in last place was letter D, which is batch 35.
Okay.
So I put them in order 27, 33, 34, 35, 36. So batch 35 came in last place.
I've never had that, so tried it.
That's actually the highest proof out of all of them.
Okay.
Yeah. So minimum of 6 years on this one. Indiana, Kentucky, Tennessee.
Yeah.
Okay. So batch 35 coming in last place. Fourth place was letter E, which is batch 36.
Okay.
So that's the newest batch to come out. And that has whiskeys all the way up to 15 years in it. So the minimum is 7.5, all the way up to 15 years on that one.
And you said it's solid, it's okay, it just doesn't blow you away.
It's decent. So, but you can taste the age on this one. Like there's a lot of darkness to it, but not in the fruit form. More like the oak tannins and it's like some dryness. I know that was one of the call outs on the review was it leaves your mouth a little dry. It's not that it's a bad batch. I mean, I want to see what happens to it when there's some air, but I mean, I thought it was a decent batch. I mean, not the best, but you know,
nothing that's really wrong with it, but it just didn't strike you as wow.
Correct.
Wow.
Yeah, there's. I mean, some of these other batches I liked a lot more. So,
yeah.
All right. So coming in third place, letter A. So the batch 27 came in third. Batch 27 came in third. So A. Okay. So third place. Third. Last place was batch 35. 36 was fourth. All right. So now it comes down to 33 and 34.
Okay.
Second place.
I did like 33 a lot.
Letter C. Letter C was second place, which means batch number 33 was number 1.
Very good batch.
This is the one that I said tasted like it didn't have letter B, number 1. So batch 33, first place. Wow,
that's a good batch. I did.
That is a good. That is a real. It's so, and I mean, this has obviously had some air to it. I mean, it's fairly low, but it doesn't strike you as like that big, like bold fruitiness that you would get off of some of these other ones. And I think that's why I kind of gravitated towards that a little bit more, but really, really good. 33. All right, Sean. I got
right now.
Yeah, 33-1.
Yeah, I got a little 33 here too. I'm going to try it.
Shit, that was like everybody's favorite batch.
It was my second favorite. So
that was your second favorite. I'm gonna try it
27, and I had a 25 that they were neck and neck. I finished them a while ago, so I'm going off memory. 33.
Like the nose comes off. The nose comes off fairly similar, but the palate does not. Again, not with it being open as long as it was.
Yeah. Well, that's nice.
Nose is definitely similar to the rest of these.
What's the one? Yeah, and I have some 30 left. That's the one that had some Wyoming in it.
Yeah, dude, that is good.
Nice.
That's batch 33 is good.
Yep.
Okay, I'm gonna go to my batch 33.
That's good, man. That's a good.
There you go. There you go, Top Dog.
If everybody's drinking 33, I got a 33.
Get that 33 in that glass, man.
I did.
Cali Drev says, "Told you." Whiskey Uncensored. What's up, buddy?
Cheers, Ben.
Benjamin, why don't you hop on here, bud? Who are these dudes? That's awesome. That's awesome. Yeah,
I'll tell you, that's
so damn good. You know what? I'm gonna pour some. I still have a little bit of whiskey left in each glass, except for that one. I'm gonna mix them. I'll mix it up. See what happens. I need a little bit more of, what was that? 30. What's this? E36.
Here comes the thin crust pizza.
So Top Dog, I caught. So is it? Who was it that was going to UMass again? Was it your daughter?
No, my niece.
Your niece. Okay.
Which
she's
is
going to be what, a junior?
Junior at UMass, yeah.
It's funny because I go to I missed it last year, but I'm going to the UConn UMass football game, and I'm going to go it again this year. And I sat with my buddy who was a UMass grad 2 years ago, and they won in the last quarter, and he was just suffering.
Isn't Ferrando from your ski trip from you goes to you?
Gustavo. Gus.
Yeah, Gustavo did. I remember
He's a UMass
that.
grad. He grew up in Amherst.
Yeah.
So he suffered.
I remember us talking about that.
Peter, you've been skiing up in New Hampshire, right?
I haven't gone in like 20 years. Years ago, I've been to Loon.
Loon, yeah. Okay, it is
time.
Loon. Okay, I was talking about that earlier. I wasn't sure that's where I went in New Hampshire was Loon.
Attitash, Loon, and there's another. Oh God, what's the other one? It's been a long time. I've been the last 20 plus years. It's more New Vermont for me. So,
what are the two on the in Vermont? The two that are furthest northwest.
North, you've got. Well, there's Stowe, but it's not the most north, but that's got the most expert terrain. People love that mountain that are experts. Then you've got, it's what is it? Sky Peak.
Yep.
And then wait a minute, no, now you're asking the old guy I have not been to these mountains, but I know them. It's gonna.
Well, is it northwest or is it northeast?
More northeast.
Landscape, Waterville, and Canaan. Or Cannon.
Cannon, those are New Hampshire. Killington is in the middle of Vermont.
Yeah.
Cannon and Waterville are New Hampshire. Cannon, I think, is the one with the tram, if I'm correct. It's got the big tram. But I've never been to Cannon.
And I'm thinking Lance is from New England.
He's a Massachusetts guy.
Yeah. Lance is up.
He's almost in New Hampshire, so he would know.
Okay. Yeah. Yep. Okay.
But Killington is like central Vermont, but it's the biggest mountain in New England. Really, the only one that's close is the one in Maine that I've never been to. It's big, but they have. Oh God, it's going to come to me in a minute. And I haven't been to there. I haven't been. Stowe's the farthest, and Sugarbush is the farthest I've been in Vermont. So, because it's just. They're really great mountains. So why, for me, drive another 2 hours or an hour and a half when I've got bigger mountains right there, you know?
Yeah, I mean, for me where I am, like we don't really have – we have resorts, but they're just not great. You got like Round Top, Whitetail, Seven Springs? What the hell is that?
Sugarloaf. That's the one in Maine, I think. That's a good mountain from what I've heard.
Yeah.
Lance, thank you.
Snowshoe was in West Virginia.
That I've heard of.
Yeah. Camelback's up in PA.
Yep. I've heard of that.
Yeah, Camelback's.
I'm sure Peter went to Mount Tom.
No, believe it or not, here's the thing, Top Dog. I didn't start skiing until I was 26, 27 years old, 26 years old. I didn't ski young. I have been to Mount Tom, but I didn't ski it. I went and met friends up there.
Did you go to Mountain Park and see wrestling as a kid?
I didn't wrestle. My son did.
No, I meant see professional wrestling back in the day.
Oh, no, I never did.
At Mountain Park.
But I have been to Mount Tom. I just didn't ski it. That's when they had the lights and all that. Everyone used to go there. Yep.
Yeah, Chip. Snowshoes in West Virginia. Yeah, I remember. So, man, this is crazy. So oh my God, it has to be 15 years ago. I remember we were going up this mountain and we were driving a minivan, and up in Snowshoe. So like you go up this mountain and there's no guardrails on the sides of this thing.
Oh, so God.
One slip and you're gone. You're off the side of the mountain. You're done for. But I just remember I don't know. I can't remember if I was driving or if my cousin was driving. Just scary as shit driving around a minivan, man. Like sliding as you're going on the mountain. We were all so freaking scared, man. But we wound up making it, obviously.
Lance has a good Sunday River. That's the one in Maine. It's almost as big as Killington. So
Sunday River.
It's just a long drive up, but it's supposed to be really great. I've had friends that ski it and they loved it.
Peter, I'm sure you've been out west, right?
I've only been out twice. I've been to I've been to Steamboat in Colorado, and I've been to Heavenly in California.
Okay.
So I've got to get out again, but then you got kids, and so my wife used to ski, and she actually says I would again if it was. She loved Colorado because it wasn't super cold. She loved it. We went there for our honeymoon, so she loved it because it wasn't cold. In New England, we get the bitter cold, and then then it gets warm where you get rain. But in Colorado, we didn't. So she loved it.
People didn't understand. When I lived in New England, you had that wet snow. When I moved to Chicago, it snowed every single day, but it was a powder snow. Two totally different. I could shovel.
It's much different.
Yeah, I could shovel in Chicago every day, not in New England.
And in Colorado, you get this because it's the altitude. You get this light, fluffy snow that would never happen in New England because it would evaporate before it gets down.
Yep.
And it's interesting. I went to Heavenly. It's right near what is it? Lake Tahoe. And literally, you're at a certain elevation, they get snow. And once you got under about 4,000 feet, it was drizzle. So the mountain got all snow, and we were at our hotels, and it was a light drizzle, but they got 6 to 8 inches.
Yeah.
And that was great.
Yeah.
And Tahoe was the most scenic place I've ever been. I mean, it was hard to ski because you see this beautiful blue lake, and your eyes are there, but then you almost wipe out because you're freaking not watching your ski. It's beautiful.
I remember we used to travel.
Now, you've been out
this
west.
is
Dusty, where have you been out west?
Huh?
You've been out west, Dan.
Oh yeah. Whistler, out in Vancouver, Whistler.
Oh, that's where I want to go. Whistler, Blackcomb.
Yeah.
That's
yeah. I mean, so like I've been all over Canada for multiple things, but like skiing, like up in the mountains. I mean, I've been to Mount Tremblant.
By Montreal or Quebec.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. So we used to. So through the community college I went to years ago, before college, or lack thereof. There was something. It was called the Caribbean Snow Club, and we would travel by bus, and we would go up to Mount Tremblant and ski up there, and that was so much fun, man. Like, so we would go skiing, and then we'd enjoy the nightlife there in town. Go to the bars and I mean, we were drinking like Molson Triple X by the friggin'
Drinking age was 18.
Oh yeah. Some very fun nights, and then did some mountain training further west, and then going to Vancouver. That was, and I think I've talked about this before. That was probably the scariest plane ride I've ever been on in my life. I went from here to Toronto to Calgary, and then from Calgary to Vancouver, we flew there in like a little like 10-seater.
Those puddle jumpers.
Dude, that was the scariest plane ride I've ever been on in my life. Like, the turbulence in that airplane was, I don't know how.
Carnival ride, isn't it?
I don't know how it didn't break apart. Like, but by the time I got off the airplane, I had my hands on my lap, and you could see like the handprint from the sweat marks. And I've been in some pretty sticky situations, man, but nothing like that. That was wild.
I don't think I'd ever go in a puddle jumper again. And as I got older, I hate flying even more.
Visited Whistler in '96. Anchorage, nice. Yeah, so Chip said he was in snowshoe in '84. God damn, it was a long time ago. Snowshoe was fun, man. I just didn't like driving up that mountain. That was scary. That was scary stuff, man.
Different roads out there.
A really nice skiing up in Colorado, and I'll say, like, as you move further west, and I mean, I know you've been to Colorado, Peter, so you could probably confirm, but like the double blacks. The double black diamonds out in like Colorado and Whistler make the double black diamonds over here on the East Coast look like
they're nothing. Yeah.
No, they're nothing. Like those double black diamonds out there are like they're like straight down with moguls. Like I couldn't even go. Like I couldn't even go down some of those double black diamonds like at all.
Lance hits that's the one I was thinking of. Smuggler's Notch in Vermont is one of the highest, farthest north in Vermont. That's
2,600.
I've never been there,
drop.
Lance. But I hear it's a great little mountain. It's not, when I mean little, it's got like 70 trails or something. So it's not puny, but it's not big by like Killington standards. 60,
Yeah,
70
I mean Killington's huge, but I mean still 70 trails is still big, man. Like
decent, yeah,
way more than a day's worth.
When I went to Steamboat, I still remember I was early 30s, and I was doing blacks comfortably. And I just remember doing one or two blacks going, oh, boy, I'm going to go back to the blues. And my wife would never go near a black. She was like, we're going to go to greens, because she was like a green, easy blue skier. And I could do a few of the blacks, so they were so wide compared to Northeast. Like in the Northeast, the trails are thinner. There it was like, shoot, I got like 70 yards side to side, maybe 100. I love that.
Yes, I agree. I'm a big fan of wider trails, especially when you start to get like steep, right? Like even a Black Diamond out west is steep, and being able to kind of to utilize the width of the trail, man. That's it
helps, especially when there's people on there, and then you're like, okay, I need some width, because I'm not one of those, and I've never been good at bumps, and now in my bad knees, you get bumps, I take my skis off, I'm walking up the hill. You know?
Yeah, you get them old knees, man. No moguls will tear you apart.
I still remember it was like 7 years ago. I went with a top dog, Gus, because he's freaking stupid. And
here, you guys continue talking, guys. One second, I'll be right back. One sec.
So top dog. So we're at Mount Snow, and I go, he's following a guy, and I go, Gus, I'm good with a black. We're on the north face. Do not give me bumps. And he goes, no bumps. Joel knows what he's doing. I go, I don't know, Joel. Do you? He goes, well, not really. Next thing you know, we come around a corner, freaking bumps, waist high. I gave out a mother effer, took my skis off, had to walk up about 100 yards up the hill. Oh, no bumps. Well, and then he comes in and goes, sorry, I didn't know Joel was going to go there. Really? You didn't? And I was like, are you sure there's no bumps? Positive. Joel, no. How old do you know Joel? Not really.
He lied.
I took my skis off, had to walk 100 yards back uphill. I mean, they were waist-high moguls. And half those guys were wiping out.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Peter, you did a good thing. We should have gone with you. And they were younger and had good knees. I'm like, nope.
Now, I've always loved like just. So I mean, there are some dry resorts out there, but typically you could always sneak like a flask in or something like that. But I've always loved like hitting a couple trails, going in, grabbing a beer or two, and then going back out. You know, like I've always enjoyed that. Just having a nice like buzz going on while you're going down some of these mountains.
Hit the restroom,
not the double blacks and all that, but
no.
You know.
There's nothing wrong with, like, you get your lunch. I might even have a one light drink for lunch, and then we'll come back in right before our last 3-4 runs. I'll sit there and I go, what do you got? And the last time we went up was like, oh, I'll take a Booker's Neat, boom, do 3-4 more runs, and I'm good for the day,
Yep.
Just warmed yourself up.
Exactly.
Well, too. So one of the bigger differences, and I know, up in the Northeast too, and out west, like some of the trails around here, like when you get to like Round Top and Liberty and all that, the trails are only like a couple of minutes and you're down. Whereas out west, I mean, shit, you can be on some of those trails for, I don't know, 10-15 minutes. Like, the travel time, that's what I like is the long trails, the ones that just take forever to go down. Like that's a lot of fun. Just kind of nice, back and forth rather than trying to.
You want to get to the bottom and going. My legs just felt it.
Yeah,
I just felt it. Yeah, those are fun.
Donald Ranch. Cheers, buddy. Good to see you. Bourbon of the week, Chris. What's up, bud?
Chris is out. Nice.
Good to see you, Peter B.
That's why I go to Vermont.
Ravine on Mount Washington, on the freelance mechanics and ski parts. Yeah.
have some good stuff.
Google ATR 42 aircraft use a fly from ATL to Florida Panhandle twice a week. Scary in the summer. Oh yeah, I'm sure. For the long trails out west, though, you can take 30 minutes. Yeah, for sure, Evan. Like the
No, you can
trails out
take
west. I mean,
you can take 45 plus minutes on a few of them if you take the right ones.
Donald's saying 2 hours. That's
What?
crazy. Some
Where's
trails
that at?
are 2 hours.
Here's the thing. These are probably not black diamonds because black diamonds are more straight. You're probably talking about blues or greens that go on the edges of the mountain, you know?
Yeah.
So they go nice and easy.
Yeah,
because they go the long route, you know? Like Killington, one of my longest runs is a combination of blue and green, and it goes, you take the sky ship up, and it takes like 55 minutes, but it's a combo blue-green.
Gotcha.
It's really great. And then you got a gondola that'll bring you right up. And you get a 20-minute gondola ride and a 50 minutes skiing. And that's beautiful. You're like in heaven, you know? Do that. And I'll tell you, when you're at the bottom, legs are burning, you know, after a couple of runs like that, you know.
That's not
those long runs like that? Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I will say this. Now, Dan, here's another thing. A thing I have not done in probably one time in the past 20 years, I've skied a Saturday or Sunday. I will not. It's absolute therapy. I ski Fridays, sometimes Wednesday or Thursday, but Friday's my favorite. You've got the mountain to yourself, at least in the Northeast, and you're sitting there. There's runs where me and my friends were the only guys on the run for half the run. It's beautiful. And you can even hear the wind going down. It's beautiful. That's heaven.
Yeah. Yeah, for me, like, I mean, it's been a little while since I've been skiing, but I mean, for me, it's super peaceful. I mean, unless you're going down something that's crazy steep, then you gotta pay attention a little bit. But again, some of those like greens and blues out west, I mean, just taking your time going down them, it's just very, very peaceful, you know.
And I'll tell you, and then like I ski with my younger son Chris. That's another thing we have in common. And I tell him, give me 3 runs in the first thing in the day when my legs are fresh. I'll hang with you. And then he'll go right to the blacks. I go, I got you. No bumps. I can hang with him 3, maybe 4 runs. And then I go, okay, I want to be able to ski the rest of the day. I want to save some of my legs.
Yeah.
But I do. He's a little in front of me, but I'm like, you know what? And he's zipping through. You know, he's got young legs, good knees.
Yep.
Like, he looks around. I'm right here. But I can't do it for more than 3, maybe 4 runs. 4 runs if I didn't ski 2 days before. If it's the first day, I'll do that. And then he's like, good. So we'll do a blue warm up, and then I'll do 3 more right there. But that's it. Then I'm like,
yeah,
have fun. I'll see you at lunch. You know.
Yep. Yeah.
There's a big
I
difference.
can't basically ski, so I do a lot of them on horseback. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That'd be interesting too. I've rode a horse before, but it's been a very long time.
I've never been on it.
I did it on my honeymoon 30 years ago.
I want to say it was in Roanoke when I did. It was in Roanoke somewhere.
Mine was in Bermuda on the beach and in the water.
Oh, really? Well, very nice.
It was my honeymoon 30 years ago.
What? One sec, guys. Sorry.
No problem. Oh, very nice.
There.
Yeah, I don't think a horse wants me on their back.
No, I look. The scale doesn't want me to step on it. Never mind a horse. That's for sure.
But that was interesting because I was talking to my friends. To this day, we still don't truly know. There's rumors on what happened to Mount Tom, you know?
Yeah.
They weren't doing that bad business-wise. It was rumors on what's happened, you know?
Yeah, then it got taken over by a restaurant guy in Northampton, blah, blah, blah. He was going to do concerts, this, that. Then they did that during the summer where he used to take the cart down in the trough.
Yep.
I remember that.
But I remember going there I went there twice in the early 90s. I just met friends, and then I didn't ski back then. So I didn't start skiing until 94.
Bourbon Engineer said Top Dog impersonating James Bond in Bermuda.
Yeah, I definitely was back then.
Yup. Casino Royale. I know that movie.
That's right.
Swimming up there in the trunks there. 6-pack abs.
Yeah, that was never me.
Mm-hmm.
All right, guys. I got an early morning tomorrow. Thanks for inviting me on.
Great chatting with you again, as always, my friend.
Always fun, Peter. Dan?
Always.
See you on the next one.
Cheers, my friend.
Yep. Bye, everyone.
See you, buddy.
He's a good guy.
Yes, he is. Indeed.
He grew up next to a couple of my friends, so that's the funny thing. He's a Western Mass guy, so they have all the same stomping grounds.
Yeah, it's
now, Dan. You said
I was talking to a few people here in chat before about trying to make a trip up to the Northeast, and I really want to. I'm just trying. I don't know if I'd be able to do it this year. If not, it would be like early next year if I can make it up that way. But I'd love to get like a get together that way.
Oh, you got Jonathan J. Sells is in the area. Lance, who's right there.
Yeah,
Northeast guy, good guy.
Yeah, I mean, you, Shauna, J. Sells, Darrell, Lance.
Yep.
There's a lot of you guys there in the Northeast. So
and then you got a little more new. Oh, don't forget Shauna.
Yeah, that's what I said. Like you, Shauna, like Jay Sells, Darrell. I mean, you guys are all right up that way.
Ben's in New York, a little farther south, but he's not that far.
Who?
Ben.
Yeah. I mean, he's in Long Island, right?
Yeah. So it's weird because distance. If you go just distance straight, but he's got to go through New York and out. New York's its own issue, but it's not that
Shauna
far.
said, "Make it happen." I know. I gotta make my way up that way.
There's a few of us up here. There's a couple.
Yeah. You got a handful of people up in the Northeast.
Mm-hmm.
I think.
Absolutely. But
I mean,
Dan, you said you haven't skied in the last year or two, few years?
Oh, dude, I think it's been longer than that, man.
Now, do your kids ski?
No.
That's what you got to get them to do.
Yeah.
And that's a great family trip too.
Yeah.
Does your wife ski?
Huh?
Does that? So nobody skis other than you and your family?
No.
I'll tell you, it's not a bad idea to, little lessons one day. But then you got to ski with them, not them with you.
Yeah. I mean,
it's a lot of fun. Kids catch up quick.
Yeah, I mean, at some point, I'd like to. Again, I don't like the. I mean, I guess if I were to take my kids, it'd be me. It would just be me and them. But I mean, we definitely have to go down like green because they've never been. So
that's how you start. But you know
what?
Yeah. That's all right. Yeah. You go easy, and here's my piece of advice: let someone else teach them at first, and then you help out after.
Yeah,
there's another mistake. I tried to teach my oldest first. Nope. And I scrapped that quick, and he learned from somebody else because I was white noise. And then he picked things up. And with my younger one, I went, no, put him in a lesson. You could ski with me after.
Yep.
And then they were fine. Now he helps me.
Yeah, I think, I know like, when they're younger, it's easier. They pick up on things easier. They're like sponges, but I just want to.
Yes and no.
It's just. I think it's more of just the opportunity just hasn't been there. You know what I mean? So.
Yeah, you got to do the right thing. But when they're young, here's the other thing. If you go too young, sometimes they don't pay attention and they get distracted easy. So. Yeah. I know friends of mine that their whole family skis, so when their kid was 3 years old, the whole family, all his siblings skied. It was easy. My kids, I put them in at like 5 or 6, and they couldn't focus through more than 10 minutes. It wasn't until they were 7 and 8 that they actually picked things up because they could sit through a lesson. So, maybe they had a little hyperactivity, but there's all kinds of different ways to do it. I think there's, you give them a lesson. If they like it, they like being outdoors, it's fun. And then
For sure.
Outdoor activity that they love.
Yep.
That's just, so there is that downfall of there's, like you said, when they're young, 4, 5, 6, they're like sponges, but sometimes their attention span's short.
Yes.
But if they see everyone does it, where in my family, I skied, my wife used to, it was a little slower, but.
Mr. Jiggs in the house, man. What's going on, buddy?
Jiggs a good man. Jiggs.
One sec, Peter. One sec.
Take your time. Let's sign off. Oh my God, I'm the only one here. This screen just tanked. Holy crap.
I gotta order some kind of food, man.
Dan, you haven't
I'm
eaten
so
tonight?
hungry. I haven't ate since lunch.
Oh, see, right there. You got to take care. Those are, all right, I'm going to say this as delicately as I can, my friend. You got to plan these things. You can't do this and have a lot, a flight on an empty stomach.
Well, I mean, it's not empty, but.
What time do you eat lunch?
Yeah. Yeah.
See, I had a big lunch. A friend of mine, we had his, he transferred other units and I had a huge lunch. So I had a very light dinner. But they brought in all this Puerto Rican food, rice and beans, and meal, which is this pork that they bake. So basically, after that, I had to get 9 holes in walking just to try to burn half those calories off. It was worth it, though.
So Bourbon says, just unpacked a whole pile of Dusty Turkey decanters. Buddy picked up while we were on the road. Nice, Ben.
Wow.
Very nice.
Ben, good for you.
Saying deep. Cheers, man. Good to see you. Tom, what's up, Tom? Did you get the I did not know. I haven't. I might go to Sagamore tomorrow and pick up that bottle. Because I know there's a handful of people that have wanted one. So I might just pick up a handful and then reach out to some folks to see if they want one. So I should be able to make my way over there tomorrow morning. So I get to take my oldest to his first day of school tomorrow. So it starts for him. So
wow. Now you said what's he
it's
right
late
before high school
for us, huh?
Is he 8th grade or high school?
8th. I think it's 8th grade. 8th grade. Yeah.
So next year, high school.
Yeah.
Wow,
yeah.
That's big.
Yeah. So I get to take him. So his first day's tomorrow. So I took off work just for that. So typically on Tuesdays, I'm off. I give myself off or whatever. But I had to. So I gotta do it while I can, man.
And how old's your youngest?
So let's see.
Dan, how old's your youngest?
Those Dusty Turkey decanters are good, Ben. What was that, Peter? I'm sorry.
How old's your youngest?
9.
9. So
yeah.
Honestly, in like 8 or 9 years, you won't have that issue, and you wish you would.
Yeah.
And it comes fast.
Yeah. So technically he'll be 10 on September 1st. So like a couple days. So
it comes fast.
I say 9, but it'll be 10.
He's really 10. And by the time he's 17, 18, that'll be the last time he's in, and you won't be bringing him to school at that because they will be in high school going, I can do that on my own. Enjoy that. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
I still remember when my oldest went to kindergarten for the first day and my wife crying. And I'm like, oh my God. That was 18 years ago. Oh my God.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Because he's 23 now. So.
Jesus.
Yeah. So
that's your oldest, 23?
Yeah. No. And he, by the way, he loved, actually, no. 19 years. He's 24. As soon as you said it, no. He just turned 24 like 2 weeks ago. So he's 24. I'm sorry. 19 years ago. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So, and he's a loves bourbon. So that's another, we bond with that. So he goes over, he likes bourbon, he loves scotch, probably more of a scotch guy, but.
Hey, it's what it's all about, man. I mean, if you have that way to bond with your kid, that's what more could you ask for, right?
Exactly. You find ways to do that, and
yeah,
that helps. Yep. So you were asking what was some of the bottle pickups we got, and one of the things we got, and I got one, and I waited on Thursday. I popped it with him. Was the new Little Book, and we popped it on Thursday. Had it together and enjoyed it a lot.
That's awesome.
So when we get a good bottle, I waited for that.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, he came home for the week for a couple days. So, and the wife, as soon as Matt's coming, she gets all excited when the kids come home, which is great. And that's
I mean, you know, that's expected.
Yeah. So, but enjoy these years. Take every minute you can.
Yeah.
Enjoy it. Say, hey, there you go. Lots of pictures. I got tons of them. So,
one sec, Peter. Sorry, I'm sorry. I got to keep pausing here. 1 sec, but.
Lance, we're in the same ballpark. 20 to 24, but I don't have a 27. Good for you. We share a lot of the same areas. You know? Yep. We have a lot in common. Damn, I got to hold up the stream. So since... cheers, Sandeep. Ben, you have a 24-year-old. So do I. Sandeep, we're in the same ballpark. You know?
Sorry, buddy. Sorry about that.
Oh, no problem. Ben.
Yes, yeah. Ben. There is a new Sagamore out.
Thank you, Ben.
I'm gonna head up there tomorrow and see. I don't know what time, but I'll see what they have. Lance says my babies are 20, 22, 24, and 27. Damn.
I'm
okay.
Exactly where he is, except I don't have a 27-year-old. We're right in the same, 20 to 24.
Yeah.
It's
distillery only released 260 bottles, 4-year rye, finished in Entomado sherry for 4 years. Yeah. I mean, hopefully they have some left. We'll see. But I mean, I could.
You're just a few minutes from the distillery, right?
Oh yeah. I'm super close to Baltimore, so
that's nice.
Yeah, I can pop over there. I mean, I don't really know anybody over there anymore because Brian Treacy's not. You know, I'm not saying he's not part of that anymore, but like that was kind of like my connection to them. But yeah, so. Ben says talk to tomorrow. Whatever, Ben. Get out of here. If you want to hop on, man, hop on. The link's up there somewhere.
You know what it is, Dan? I think you have to scroll up so far. It might be gone.
It could be gone.
That's
all right,
why.
Hold on. Let me see.
You can pin it.
Let me post it in here.
When I came on, I was like, I scrolled up and go, wow. If like 15, 20 more people come in, pin it again.
Let me
Ben on. Eric.
All right, so there we go. So if anybody wants to hop on, you guys are more than welcome. There's the link. I just posted it.
There you go.
I can start it as well. I'm not used to doing this on phone mode, so.
By the way, if you lost a ton of people because I was the only person on screen a few minutes, there's your reason.
So when I hop off, I leave completely.
I know.
Shit, that's crazy.
I've never in my entire life expected to be the only one on a Dusty Dan stream. And I'm
sure hey guys,
if anybody went on went, what the F? I went on for Dusty Dan and I see this Momo.
Maybe I'll jump on and show the haul. I was planning on taking a few
Ben,
days.
do. Because if Dan jumps off again, there should be somebody else here that's credible. I was
going to order food.
That's
going to take me a few minutes to do. So
it's like, okay, there's two of us. Oh, there we go.
Cheers. What's up, guys?
All right,
Roger,
hold on,
Steve.
Roger. Where are you sitting right now?
I'm sitting out in my living room. I got all the well here. I'll show you what you want to see if I can turn the camera
I'm not
around.
used to. I'm not used to seeing this view.
Yeah, I'm sitting out in my living room where all the bottles and stuff are,
Okay.
and then the wine's in the other room. But my back was a little sore tonight because I was up with some friends helping them on some stuff this weekend, and I just wanted to sit down and relax.
Yeah, I hear that.
But
Hold on one second.
John Cloud. That's true.
yeah, we had a busy weekend.
By the way, thank you, Roger, for being on here with me.
No
left
problem.
Before, and I'm like, can you imagine if somebody came? At least now it's like, oh, what the hell? Dan's gone, but there's these two guys. Before it was just me, and I'm like, nobody wants to go on Dan's stream and just see me.
Is
Now you got
John Cloud said it right. I think Peter was.
What happened
panicking.
to your
I'm like,
laptop?
So there's something wrong with the internet here, at my grandparents' house. So they're coming out tomorrow to take a look at it. But I'm just running off of 4G on here, so I wasn't even sure it was going to work because I've never done this off my phone before. So it's something new. You know what I mean? So
well, except for the part where you leave, it's working good. You know.
Sorry, I'm chatting with somebody and I can't do it. I can't do it on screen here, so I gotta go through. Yeah, like I said, I was gonna order food, but I don't want to take 5-6 minutes to order Domino's pizza over here while you guys are here. But I probably need it, but I'll wait.
You probably do. You'll be going and getting it at the gas station. Gas station pizza.
I mean, I can order it real quick if you guys are good staying on screen for like 5 minutes.
Yeah, give me about 30 seconds. Actually, give me about 2 minutes because I got old man bladder, and you don't want me doing like Steve Martin and Dirty Rotten Scoundrels.
You're good. You're good.
Oh, I just went. Bathroom break.
You're fine. You're fine.
So you got on the shirt that I have. I got from old Dominic. We went there 2 Saturdays ago and did a big group pick. There was 12 of us running around all the shops and stores around Memphis, and then did a tour of old Dominic, and then had drinks at the bar, and it was a blast. That was a great day.
That's awesome.
Yeah, Adam Major Zero caught some of it on tape and stuff, and it was a lot of fun. It was a good group, and it was kind of funny because we were all trying to race to get to the next store before the others did. And then we missed their drop weekend by one because this last Saturday they had a drop weekend.
Yeah.
And Adam decided to go to all the stores that nobody goes to, and he picked up 2 bottles of Weller 12, some Stags. It was. We've had a good couple of weeks in Memphis hunting.
Yeah, I've been looking for the Russell's 15. So I've seen a lot of reviews on it. I mean, if anybody here that's on screen, if you guys see it in a local store, I know secondary right now is like $450 to $500. If anybody here sees it for cheaper than that, let me know. I'll send you the money. I'll send you the shipping, and I'll send you some samples of whatever you want if you can find it. So that'd be great if anybody here on chat could find that. But if not, that's fine. I may have to resort to secondary. I'd hate to, but
2 weekends ago we had 2 people that got bottles at $249.
Yeah, see, that's I tried it at the Barrels for Hope year-end event. I tried it and I was just it was really, really good. So for that price, I would definitely grab a bottle.
Yeah, that's MSRP.
Yeah,
You couldn't pass it up, and it was
450 to 500.
that's everything here, and that's
Are we
everything here in
talking the
Little
Russell's
Rock right
15?
now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
if anybody can find it for like lower than that, let me know. I'll send you the money, send you shipping. I'll send samples as a thank you. So,
Have you tried it yet? I have.
I have.
It's really, really good.
It is very good. It is.
I
very
would pay
good.
almost. I would probably say almost double MSRP for me too. You know,
Yeah.
almost
Well,
that.
you can get them.
I mean, if it comes down to it, I'll probably wind up just grabbing one. But I mean, well, Ben can tell you, I splurged a little bit on something, on unicorn auctions. So it was a little bit, but you know,
Just a little.
It's really,
Yeah.
really good.
yeah.
It's
Around here in Little Rock, you can get it for 450 to 500. It's still sitting on the shelf because
that's
everybody's kind of
probably
waiting
about
it out.
close to the price I would pay. You know, that might be the most.
Yeah.
Right about there.
Yeah, I mean, if it comes down to it, I'll do it. I mean, so here's my thing, right? Like,
I'd pay 400.
like if I really wanted to go and buy it, I would. So I'll be very transparent. Like on unicorn auctions, I bought a 1909 Old Overholt rye.
Oh,
I don't want to
an
say
old
what
Overholt, that's your kryptonite, buddy.
it is. I don't want to
We
say
all know
what I
that.
spent on it. I'm sure you can go and look at the past auctions and you can see for yourself. But it was a pretty penny. But if I need to buy it at like on secondary, I will. I just don't want to because I know that there's some in stores that are cheaper than that. So but
you're talking about a whiskey that's 115 years ago.
Correct.
1909.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. So there's that.
Yeah.
115 years.
That's something that obviously like I'll go and splurge on, but like I know that there's Russell's 15s out there for cheaper than secondary. It's just it's just a matter of finding them, and around me they're not here. So
No.
And it's not going to be a one-time release. They will do it again, I heard. So
correct.
So if you don't get the first batch, you might get a second, nobody knows if it'll be the same, but it's not a one-shot deal. Yeah,
mm-hmm. I agree. So Josh Fitz says
that's why I'm like,
he passed on
do I want to pay
350.
500 or more? No, but do I want to pay 500 or more? No, but
yeah,
would I pay a lot more than MSRP? Yeah, I would, but I think there'll be other chances to get it.
I agree. Mike Brock, cheers, man. Good to see you. VA hit here and there, says Sandeep. Jig says 15 hasn't hit Ohio yet. Yeah, I mean, so again, for anybody out there watching, if you guys do come across a Russell's 15 cheaper than the secondary prices, let me know. I'll send you money. I'll send you shipping, and then I'll send you whatever you want. I'll send you some samples of whatever you want. If you want something old, I'll send that to you. If you want something I have on the shelf, I'll send that to you as well. So let me know.
We all agree. It's a nice. It's a really, really good pour.
It's very good. I mean, I only had a very little sample. Adam Shelton and I both split it that night, and it was really good. So I was very happy with it. Ben says it hasn't dropped in New York yet. Yeah, I mean that's
I give a lot
I'm
of
sure
credit.
it's going to pop up here and there at some point. But guys, you don't mind waiting like 5 minutes, do you?
Go, Dan.
Go.
Yep. Cool.
Go.
Give me 5 minutes, guys. Not even that. All right, I'll be right back.
Take your time.
Yeah. So, Roger, I had a store that I went to. They had their once or twice, like 2 or 3 times a year, they do a little lottery and they give out some of their allocated bottles. And they had a Russell's 15. Actually, they had 2. And what he did with one of them, which I thought was really neat, is he popped one of them there and he was giving samples to everyone who was at the lottery.
Oh, yeah.
That's where I tried mine. And I was like, wow, that is a good pour. So what he did is he just popped it and there was like 70 people that had won the right to go there and, just get the stuff at MSRP. And he gave, a half-ounce sample to everybody,
Yeah.
That
Well,
was,
we had a couple of stores around here that had it, and it was closer to the MSRP number, but those all sold pretty quick.
oh, yeah.
And then the ones that immediately put it out at $500 or $4.99, or we got one place that got it for $9.99. We laugh at that. That's just
You know
at the
what? If
museum.
you wait long enough, there'll be a Momo that'll buy that one,
Oh yeah, But my favorite was my buddies down in Florida, and I think he put it on Bourbon Real Talk. He bought a bottle, a store pick from the ABC store down there, Russell store pick, and it hadn't been distilled yet. It said the distill date on the back of the bottle was 9/24 of 24, and we were looking at it, and they had to have made a mistake. It was supposed to be 9/24 of 14,
14.
but
I was
they
going
put
to
a
say, yeah.
two, but they put a 2 on it. So he said, I got a bottle, and it's not even going to get born for another month. And
How was it?
but
It'd be interesting how good it was. Probably great, though.
he said it's great. He went back and got another one, and the guys in the store hadn't even noticed it yet. I was laughing because you look at it and you don't look at that detail. You look at it says 8 years or 9 years or whatever, but then on the still dates on the upper right hand corner, and then that's he looked at it and goes, "What's up with this?" So it was funny, but
It's fun. And
those
again,
guys are.
if I had enough money and I had a lot of stuff, I might be the Momo. And I don't want to disparage anybody. People can do whatever they want. I might be that person that pays $900 for a Russell's 13. I might. I don't know. I'm just, I think most of us we can spend more than maybe we should on whiskey, but we'd like not to,
Yeah.
And that's why I don't mean to disparage if I said anything. I might be that person if I had more money or whatever, but so
Yeah, we waited and saved and looked around for places, and on Saturday and ended up with a Stag 24A for $99. So just get that, and then one of the my local store here had it. He put one bottle. He had 2 bottles he put out. And they were $60. He puts them out at retail.
that's a good store.
Yeah, but you have to buy a store pick with it. But still, hell, I mean,
If the store picks are good, I'd have no issue with that.
122 proof, peerless, single barrel store pick.
Oh,
Bourbon.
I have a peerless store pick that is so good. It's about 100. It's 111. I really like it. So,
Yeah, this one's 122.6, and it is amazing.
do they still name the barrels?
Yeah.
I like that. They give the barrels a name. Mine's called Liquid Truth.
Tom Arbor says, sounds like he'll pay you and send you a 1999 Overholt. I don't know about that, man. I don't know about that, but
yeah, that I don't know.
That was a pretty penny. I'll say that.
And you know what? But Dan, you're talking about 115 years ago.
Yeah.
That's more than just whiskey. That's history.
Yes, those bottles are pretty special, man. So,
in fact, there's probably, I think I just heard the oldest person alive just passed yesterday. She was 117. That means there's probably only a couple people on Earth that were even alive when that was ready.
How weird is that, right? Like that's crazy.
That is weird. Yeah.
Yeah.
You sit there.
It's weird. Like I've always wondered, and I know the story behind the Mellon Estate stuff, like the old Overholt Mellon Estates, but it's still weird to kind of think about how many hands that passed through, and it's always weird to think about that kind of stuff. But
or what store it's set on? You got to think what store back room it's set in for however long it was.
Store or house or person who owned it. Could have just been a person. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you just don't know where the bottle was sitting.
Exactly. You don't know how. But 1909. Wow. You know, you're sitting. That's pre even World War I. You know.
Yeah.
And there's not one. I still remember when they said the last survivor, the last person who was a soldier in World War I passed like 25 years ago, 20 years ago. Pretty soon it'll be like that in World War II. But like, wow, that's. So I just read that a woman who was 117, she's actually was born in Spain but grew up here, and she passed just recently, and that's 2 years older than that. That means she was born in 1907.
John Cloud pointed out it's pre-Titanic.
That is. Yep. Wow. That's incredible. Mm-hmm. You look at that and you're like, wow.
Yeah, there's a local guy here in the Bourbon Club of Arkansas that went to a state auction, and underneath the stairs in the house, they found the crates of whiskey and bourbon and all kinds of stuff, and they pulled them out of these crates. And apparently, whoever it was somebody at some point hid the liquor didn't want family or friends to know that he was drinking, because we had a lot of dry counties around here and a lot of Baptist homes that they were drinking.
Absolutely.
Well, but they had full bottles still underneath the.
Yep.
Because apparently somebody had everybody thought there was stuff in it, but didn't nobody moved it or anything, and they took that all out for the estate auction, and it was some really neat bottles. It was more for the bottles, I think, than the liquid.
Yeah, my buddy Kurt just got done a really big dusty tasting, and it was like stuff from like 1868. Like,
oh,
yeah. So I saw that on Instagram. I was like, holy shit, man! Like that's some of the stuff that they were tasting was super super old. So Josh Fritz, I didn't. So I've tried some of the old Overholts from that time period, but I haven't cracked that bottle I just got off of Unicorn. I don't. To be very honest, like I don't typically post that kind of stuff on Instagram and all that kind of stuff, just because.
That's a special bottle, man.
Oh yeah, I mean, it's not like I don't ever do it to like rub anything in, and like I don't want anybody to ever think that, because number one, I share anything I crack with everybody. So I do. I mean, that's what I do, man. Like when I crack that bottle, I'm sure I'll have a sample giveaway. So I just don't go out there and like post all that kind of stuff. But I mean, I have had the Overholts from the States before. A special
friend or a family member to make it a special crack,
Yeah.
That's the thing. It's like when you pop it, it's going to be you want it. You don't just want to sit here and say, oh, I'm hanging out on a Wednesday night, not doing anything. So let me pop it and mix it with a little Coke or something. No, it's you're going to be like your dad or an uncle comes over, or your kid's turning 21, and you're like, you know what? It's something important, something that just means something to you,
Yeah, I agree. I think it's for something like that. Again, I mean, a lot of the old whiskeys I've shared with you guys. I mean, that's really kind of what it's all about. I'm in a situation where I'm able to share it with people that I love and that I enjoy and respect. And I mean, what better time to do it? Like.
Jigs.
All right, Dan, I'm going to switch the camera around here. Show you my new setup down here that I can't.
Okay.
It doesn't.
Love you, Jigs.
Mixed with goes you spray.
It doesn't work well.
There we go.
Oh, very nice.
And I got that middle cabinet there, and then the other shelf over there, and then the barrel. So this is a lot of the open and a lot of the other stuff that's in here.
So where are those Keenan reserves at?
They are. It's on that shelf right there in front of you.
Nice.
There's one
Where
up there, one down there, and there's one in the cabinet. One in that cabinet there. In fact, for that purpose, I'm going to go grab the Keenan Reserve.
Keenan? Yeah. I don't see mine over here, but if I did, I would have grabbed it. I don't see it, though.
You go grab it.
That's such a good bottle.
Oh, yeah.
Great bottle.
I heard he's doing it again.
Yes.
That was Michael Keenan told me that.
There's some things going on with K-Luke, so just keep your eyes peeled. That's all I'll say.
Well, we're going to drive down there, so there's a whole group of us going to drive down there.
Oh, nice.
All right.
Yeah, we're going to go there and go to Crittenden's.
Nice.
So,
what do you got there?
That's the K-Luke.
Yeah, no, which batch?
Oh, it's Keenan Reserve.
Oh, I don't have the Keenan Reserve. I have a couple.
That was the one. Dan will tell you this story on this is Dan had this and he sent me a sample of it, and it was I went to order it off of Seelbach, which that's another story. Seelbach and a month and a half later after I'd ordered it, they sent me a note saying that they couldn't fulfill the order. And so they returned the money. Well, then I went on a mission to find one. Well, basically, the only place that has them in stores around here is Louisiana, Mississippi, and places like that. And most of them didn't have the Keenan Reserve anymore. It was gone. And we happened to find it. I happened to find it down in Tupelo. And I got a guy that's on our Discord group that grabbed it for me in Tupelo Runner is what it is. He grabbed it for me down in Tupelo and got 2 bottles of it. Cheers.
I'm going to do that with Dan.
Look how dark that glass is, Roger.
Oh, yeah. It's nuts.
You put motor oil in that?
Yeah, I had him buy me 2 of them. He bought one of them. He fell in love with it. And then another gentleman from here in Little Rock, I posted about it. He drove all the way down to Tupelo for the last bottle.
Man, I'm telling you, that Keenan Reserve is freaking crazy good.
And Roger, where did you get yours?
At a place in Tupelo, Mississippi, that wine and spirits shop there that had 4 bottles on the shelf for a long time, and then all of a sudden, we put our hurting on all their stuff. They had a flood of people coming in there.
The word got out.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. Yeah.
But,
so I will say I can't really say too much right now, but I will say keep an eye on K-Luke here in the next handful of months. So
something might be
something fun.
Something may or may not be brewing.
Right? Yeah.
That'll keep you covered. It may or may not.
Yeah. Yes. Correct.
So the continuation of that story is I had to do a Mash and Journey pick with Ben Holiday. I did that with Scott and Jason. Had a blast, enjoyed it, but we had to order it through Seelbach.
Seelbach's, yeah.
It has been 2.5 weeks. Other people have gotten their picks already and already gotten their bottles, and I still don't have the bottle from Seelbach. And I'm almost tempted to have Dan run over there because it's supposed to be sitting there in my name. Have Dan run over there and grab it, and then I'll send him the shipping label. Because that's all it was. I sent them the shipping label. They were just putting it on there and sending it to me.
Well, that's allegedly what they're waiting on, right?
Well, they admitted they had the label, but they said that they haven't shipped it yet, and they won't respond to me. They don't have a phone number, that goes. And I emailed them, and I got the obligatory, we'll look into that and get back with you. That was last Tuesday or last Wednesday. I'd send it to them, and then I thought maybe it would show up this week, today. And that did not. So hopefully I'll get them at some point.
Yeah.
It probably will show up eventually, but that's the only thing.
Who sent you the email, Roger?
Well, I got one from the owner thanking me for my first order, and I'm like, well, if you remember, this isn't my first order.
Did you email Blake?
No, I didn't email Blake.
All right, I'll send you his email tomorrow.
Yeah, I just, like I said, it was an Abby is who I
Abby,
emailed.
yeah, that's who emailed me when I was having the whole Blue Run pick debacle, was Abby. So
yeah, so it's supposedly they package it, set it right next to her, near her desk, and then she takes a label, puts it on there, and then sends it out. Yeah. But I don't know how everybody else in the group got theirs, and I even ordered mine a day early because we were part of the pick group. And, I was really happy with Scott, and Jason been great about, the whole thing. It was just, I'm not complaining. It's just like to know that, hey, is it shipping or,
yeah,
because I had all this problem with the last time, and I'm a little gun shy with them. So,
yeah.
But
that's the thing with, ordering your whiskey. You're still dependent on somebody doing that. That's what's just nice. And I'm old school. It's nice about having a really good store that has a good store pick near you, as opposed to, all right, I got to order through these guys,
Well, and that's why, I don't know, Dan, if you talked about the new Bardstown High Wheat.
Yeah, I haven't. So I have the bottle. I just haven't reviewed it yet.
Oh, did you see the light in it?
The what?
When you open up your package from them, there's a light inside the box.
What?
A strobe light. It's awesome. It was so funny because Jason ripped the box apart when he was doing the review, and then later on he realized, oh crap, there's a light inside of it. And he put the box all back together.
I didn't see that.
And he did it on his review.
I didn't watch the review, but I did not see that.
Yeah, Jason did the review, and he turned off the lights in the studio, and it was a disco light, and he was dancing and having a good time with it.
Oh shit, that's funny.
It was kind of funny, the people that hadn't caught it when they first opened it. And there was a couple of them that did. It's Bourbon Night saw the light, and
yeah, it was under embargo until the 20th, I think. So, but I haven't watched any reviews, man. I've been too busy, so I haven't seen anything on it yet. But they did send it to me. I just haven't reviewed it yet.
I'll just tell you this: there's not been a bad one.
Oh yeah, I'm sure.
That's one that I had when we went there for the barrel thieving tour that they did. They let us sample that, and they said, well, this will be a new product in the next year. Little did I know that it was this close. And it was excellent out of the barrel, but I can't imagine it has to be excellent, Yeah. 106 proof.
Yep.
39% wheat. That corn, about 58% or something like that in the corn. So
yeah, it's a very interesting mash bill.
I've never heard that mash bill before.
Yeah.
Did you get another sample kit from them yet?
Me?
Yeah.
No, I don't think so. Not yet.
They got another special release coming up on September 8th.
Okay.
They just blind backed the bottles on their Instagram and Facebook.
Yeah, Brandon. So Brandon emailed me, but I haven't responded back. I don't know. I mean, what is it? Is it a finish?
I'm assuming that it's the label that they applied for a while ago. Maybe it's that one. It's a bourbon lore bottle, and it's
Yeah. Okay.
and it's all very mature bourbon in it. I mean,
Yes.
the lowest maturity rates on it is 7 year, and
Yeah.
it's their
Yeah.
stuff.
Yep.
And
It goes up to how much does it go up to, Roger? As far as
there was some 14, some 10-year Kentucky, 14 or 10-year Kentucky, and then 2 different 7 years from them.
That's not bad. That's
No, I can't imagine. They haven't done. I've really started to get into some of their finished stuff that they've done, and a couple of the last Fusion bottle, the last Fusion 9. I turned a lot of people onto it. It's the last one they're doing.
Listen, we don't get them in the Northeast, so unless I go all the way. In New York I'm in Connecticut, so the good thing is I'm 20 minutes from Massachusetts. I'm an hour from Rhode Island. I can be in a few other states, and parts of New York I can be into relatively quick. The only place I know that has it is New York, so I have to go to New York to get it, or I order it. I've been lucky enough. We got a Fusion a couple of years ago, which I thought for the price was actually pretty darn good whiskey. I forget which. I got to go check which one it is. And I just got this year. I got the Last Discovery, which I thought was really good. That's the one with the turkey.
Yeah.
Wow.
Disco 11.
Yeah. And
yeah.
Again, I ordered that being a turkey fan, so I'm like, I don't love to order things, but I will if I'm pretty confident I'm going to enjoy it. So I had to,
Yeah. Oh yeah.
That's when I had to.
I'll tell you this: that the Fusion 9 Series 9, it runs about $60 to $65.
They're a great price point.
It is killer. I turned on a friend of mine that went with us on this trip, and he brought it home. And his wife opened it up, and she killed half the bottle in last week because it's a proof point, 96 proof, which
proof,
doesn't blow anybody away, but it's got that flavor to it, and she loves it. And so, but that's one of my favorites. And then the
Roger, which Fusion was it?
Fusion 9.
What's the proof?
I had was a 5 or a 6. I can't remember
96
exactly.
proof.
96.8.
Yeah,
that sounds right.
Is that Fusion 9? Yeah. Yeah, Fusion 9's a really good bottle. I picked up another backup the other day.
98.1.
Okay, let me get up and go.
It's 98.1,
You're making Roger move.
95.5, or
Did you hear
96.
that crack? Did you hear that crack in my back?
Oh, don't even start about cracking backs.
98.1.
98.1.
No, 98.1 is Fusion 7. Just so you know, that's Fusion batch number 7.
It should be 96.8, right?
Yeah. Yep. 96.8. It's really good. That's
96.8.
one of those
Okay.
I always. And then the other one was the finished bottle for that they did a collab. It was 100 proof with the bourbon stout or the stout beer in it. The kid from Straight Up Sip, Marshall from Straight Up Sip, is going to be mad. I don't know, can't remember the name of it, but Goose Island. They had that Goose Island collab. That's really good.
Nice.
See, those are the bottles I'll go hunt up because you can still find those for around 100 or 100, 40, 50 bucks, and you're getting a good experience out of them.
Yep.
I will be right back.
I think there's people going all over Bardstown this last week trying to buy that wheat up and the high wheat. And what's fun about it is, it's still going to be there. They're going to have more. They produce it.
Well, they should have plenty of that stuff to go around. So.
Oh, they do.
Yeah.
We went to the warehouse tour. When we went through that warehouse and thieving tour, I was like, oh crap! You don't realize how much stuff. I mean,
Kid in a
Heaven
candy
Hill's
store,
got a
man.
big place. Oh, I was kidding, candy store. You're right. We watched this guy at the. We were doing the barrel thieving. There was a gentleman in their executive tasting lounge, and he was tasting 5 barrels. Picked 5. Well, he picked 5 barrels.
Shit.
Just from. Yeah, I was like, that's how he rolled.
Shit. Yeah. I mean, that's so. I know, like next year,
There we go.
one of the picks I have set up is a Green River. It's just it's really more when I reach out to them. So, like, I want to try to do it early, like spring if I can. I mean, I don't know when like they're active, but I when I emailed the guy, he was like, hey, like we're pretty much wrapped up for the most part. We can get something set up like next year. I was like, yeah, it's
Yeah.
fine. I'll email you, early next year, and we can try to figure something out. So I figured I'd wait till like it starts to get a little warm after the winter, and maybe try to get a Green River pick. So
Owensboro is a beautiful place to go to.
yeah,
And
that would be really
It's a good
that'd be
plan,
really
Dan.
fun, man.
yeah, you'd have fun there. There's some really good restaurants, some really good
Yeah,
little
I mean, I have
shops.
some good connections over at Bardstown. I just don't know if I can get a pick though. You know what I mean? Like, I know they're
There's
like they're
still room
very
on the schedule
selective
next year,
and all
just so
that,
you
but
know.
huh?
There is still room on the schedule at Bardstown next year, from what I understand.
Next year?
Yeah, because they're adding more products to. Because I think right now they do. Well, the only ones I've seen are bourbon and the ryes. I've
Yeah.
not seen a wheater. Some people have told me they've done wheated bourbon, but I've never seen one. And apparently that might be what they're opening up next year. It's a wheat bourbon and maybe the high wheat.
Oh,
Okay.
that
Those would be great if they did that.
Yeah, that would.
But
Yeah,
they haven't. They
that
have
would be
not
a lot
put.
of fun.
They haven't put it on their list, and they haven't released it to anybody. But I know the two groups I'm here with in Arkansas that I've kind of hung on to is Central Arkansas Bourbon Banner and the Bourbon Club
One
of
sec, guys. My
Arkansas.
food's here. 1 second. I'll be right
Go
back.
grab it.
Dan, go get food.
All right. Oh God.
Yeah. we
What's
gotta leave
interesting
Dan. He's
about
gotta
him
get
not
Mike.
having the phone here and the computer, you're not able to see the window.
Oh,
And that window always drove me nuts because I always expected a face to show up in that window.
Roger, I love it.
Hey, buddy. Have a good one, man. I'll
That's
see you.
the paranoid person in us all, you know.
Well, it's a window in a house in DC, and you're kind of like, he's sitting there talking at us, and all of a sudden I expect to see that somebody's face in the window,
There
you
you
know?
go. Oh, absolutely. No, everybody's got a little paranoid person in them that's
Well,
like,
it's just a little thing that kind of drives you where you look at it. And we did the show one night. I think I told him that one night, and he goes, now you're going to make me look over my shoulder all the time. I'm like,
here's the thing. I'm old with arthritic back and neck. I can't really look much more than like that. So,
yeah.
it's hysterical when I golf. Every time we get these benches, like every 2-3 holes, I lay down and I'm like, it's like traction because I just
Yeah.
stretch my neck out. And they're like, what's up? I go, I'm old. I got arthritic back and neck. I need a Beckyotomy, you know?
Yeah.
I made that.
Or a little bit of bourbon. That helps loosen me up.
Yeah. I can't turn around. So, you'll like this one. So we're at a staff. I had to actually go in my office a couple times a week. We had a staff meeting and 2 people came in late and they tapped me on the back and I didn't want to look. I had to turn all the way over. So I picked up my cell phone. I just hit a selfie just to see who was over my shoulder. That's called old man figuring it out. Like, oh, my coworker Maggie and Felix, perfect. You know,
Yep.
if I look, I can't like turn all the way over, and I couldn't do that. And I didn't want to do it in the middle of the meeting, so I just pick up my phone, selfie, move it one side, move it the other. Oh, that's who just tapped me.
You're getting a little slow there too, Dusty.
Oh, he's quick as
What
hell
do you
compared to me.
You look a little stiff and sore right now. Or
So Dan, did your food come?
I mean,
yeah.
I've had a little bit of alcohol, but
What'd you get for food? Domino's?
uh-huh.
I'm
you
pretty
go.
sure that's what he
My
ate.
son loves Domino's, and when he's
I got
home,
some
he's
garlic
like,
bites,
"Oh, he loves
Oh
those."
yeah.
He goes,
and then some thin crust cheese, man.
yeah, he gets he goes when he's at school, he goes, him and his friends, they got these 2 pizza combos or whatever. He goes, "That is the best deal you'll ever get." So and once in a while I go, when I'm coming home, he goes, because there's a Domino's not far from where I work, and I'm in once or twice a week. I just pick up, and he comes back, and he's like, "Oh, I love this stuff." He goes,
Yeah.
The funny thing is, because in a fraternity, he goes, "It does taste better about 2 a.m. though." I go,
we're not quite there yet, but
it always does.
I think my favorite of the other day, we were doing a live tasting with a bunch of people, and I went and grabbed a pickle and started eating the pickle, and they go, "You're doing a Dan." And I started laughing. Like, so apparently there's other people that know this. You've done this, Dan.
That's bad. That's pretty bad.
By the way, on a positive note,
It works.
that is one of the best ways to rehydrate is pickle or pickle juice.
Oh yeah.
It is incredible because it has all these salts and it's super high moisture. So
Yeah.
years ago, I coached sports for years. We were doing a basically kind of like a summer venue at one of the local schools, and it was in June, and they hit a heat wave. So what happens is a lot of the kids were coming up with leg cramps and all this, and they would hydrate them, and they'd pull the kids up that did that. And one of our kids came in, and he was like still cramping up, not feeling good. And then the head trainer there for Central Connecticut pulled him over and said, "Okay, give him this." He pulled out stuff. He said, "What's he drinking?" He goes, "It's pickle. It's a version of pickle juice." He's like, "What?" I was like, "What?" And he goes, "Yeah, believe it or not, one of the best ways to hydrate them." And that was after they gave him Pedialyte. He gave him pickle juice, and the kid goes, "Oh my God, my legs feel better," right on the spot.
Yep.
And he's an old school trainer. He's no longer. He just retired like 6-7 years ago. He's like, done. And I'm like, oh, I got to do that. And whenever I do like 18 holes when I'm walking in hot weather, I'm sitting here and I'm having like, I'm getting these big jars of bread and butters, and I'm eating them, drinking a little of the juice. I've never had cramps.
Yeah. Dude,
92 degrees, 98
I love,
degrees.
I mean,
I'll
you
walk
guys
18.
know, I love pickles. I love pickle juice. I love olive juice.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I
Bread
do
and
too.
butter is my favorite.
I do.
Yep.
I had to find a solution. I had to find a. I used to eat Clausen pickles all the time. Well,
Yeah.
apparently they have some sort of production issue or whatever. They still are having a production issue, and they're not consistent as far as having enough of them in the area. So I've had to go around town trying to find the best pickles. And there's a deli here in town that makes their own pickles, and they make pickle chips. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
That's heaven. You just pop those like
I got no.
Yeah.
I love them.
Yeah.
They're expensive, but they're good.
That's
But
right.
good.
That's all that matters, man.
That's all that matters.
That's right.
So
Oh.
if you're doing anything in super hot weather, drink a lot of water, have a few pickles. It'll help. I guarantee it.
It will help.
Guarantee.
My dad and mom always said is before you would eat, and you ever notice you always have a pickle slice on your plate if you're going to some of the restaurants and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Apparently, you eat the pickle slice first because it helps with digestion.
Mhm.
That I didn't know.
I remember that from a kid. Dad says, "Eat your pickle slice. Eat your pickle slice." And I'm like, okay.
A
Bourbon
lot of
Could be
Retriever, what's
wisdom
going
from
on,
the
man?
older
Good to see you.
generation. There's things they know. There's a lot of
Oh
wisdom.
yeah,
Don't
forget.
Yeah, a lot of wisdom.
There's one way that lady survived 117 years. She knew something.
Yep.
My grandmother, and it was funny, she always said this thing, little bit. She lived to like 96, 97, and she would always have a little bit of wine with every meal except breakfast. And she would just go, just a little bit. She was from France, so she'd have a little accent. She goes, "Grandma, you want a little wine?" She goes, little bit. And then she'd finish a little bit, you know. But she was like, salt, a little bit, just don't overdo it. I'm like, son of a bitch.
Roger, that's good, man.
Good wisdom.
That fusion, I haven't had it in a while.
Yeah, I'm telling you, they've done a really good job with that product, and it's the last year
Yeah.
for the 9
I'm gonna drink a little bit
series is
more.
the last
Now,
year.
why are they getting rid of the fusion?
I think it's because they got their own juice come on board,
Yep.
and they did this
Gotcha.
high
That's
wheat, and they
exactly
did all these others. It's too many. If you're in retail, too many SKUs, too many SKUs, and the same goes with them. That's too many projects to keep doing, and instead of doing their regular Origin series, which is selling out everywhere.
Yep.
And Jigs, just so Jigs pointed out that he liked my setup, but it didn't have any floor bourbon. I'm like, Jigs, I do have bathroom bourbon. So I got that
I want
covered.
the definition of bathroom bourbon, Roger.
I got bottles sitting on the bathroom counter in my Jack and Jill bathroom down here in the basement. Because it's this huge countertop, and I had a whole bunch of stuff that I had opened already that I brought from my other house that I didn't have room on shelves for, so I just put it all there. So when my friends come over and stay the night, if they choose to have mouthwash, or they can have some bourbon.
Okay, so I have just heard
God.
I've never heard of bathroom bourbon. I was worried about
Oh,
I gotta go drop something. I'm gonna have a little bourbon.
Let's
all right,
check
making
that.
sure we're good.
we've got somebody.
Roger, you are the man.
We got somebody in South Carolina that's got me beat on the floor bourbon and all those things.
I got floor bourbon.
Yeah. But I kept most of it off the floor now. My wife has laughed at me because I really have kept it off the floor.
Very good.
But I put it in the bathroom.
I have never heard the term bathroom bourbon. I love it.
Well, it sits right between my I've got
basically storage though.
A spare bedroom down here, and then there's the other bedroom is a wine room, and I've got the wine racks and all that stuff. So normally where I sit. And my wife was like laughing, and she goes, "Why do you have these in here?" I said, "You never know. Somebody wakes up in the middle of the night, can't sleep. They can pick one of these and have a drink."
You know what? Well said.
They don't have to ask. There's actually even a barrel seagrass in there.
So what is in your bathroom bourbon? If you don't mind, throw like 3-4 bottles out. That you
barrel seagrass, Indiana rye, the Hard Truth Indiana rye.
Yeah, I don't have the hard.
It's not bad. It's not their stuff. It was a MGP rye that they did, and they labeled under their name. And then there's a Nulu double oaked in there, which is really good. And I've been drinking it now. I had stopped drinking it for a while. It's one of those things where you think, you had a bad pour of it one night. I'm not going to drink this again. And I had it. Now I've got it. I've moved it back out. It's moved out of the bathroom. It's moved back to a shelf.
Oh, so it's gone from AA to AAA.
Yeah, exactly. Gets promoted out here to the main shelf. Gets drunk.
TCT says, "Enjoy your reviews, Dusty." I appreciate it, man. Thank you, buddy.
By the way, Eric Gunner said, "I love kosher dills too." Oh, there's a deli that has sandwiches.
Hell yes,
or for the dills.
Oh yeah. And see, here again, someone asked the other night if Eric Anderson was still running around. I'm like, yes, he is. You haven't seen him. Oh, I can't remember who it was. Somebody had it on their
Man,
live, and they hadn't seen Eric in a while. So
he is a man. I like
he is
Eric.
alive, and
Cheers, Eric Gunderson.
Cheers to Eric.
cheers, Eric.
He is a good man.
Oh, wait, my glass is empty.
Oh yeah, buddy.
That's a problem.
Roger, get some bathroom whiskey.
Okay. Oh, okay. I'll be right back. I'll
You know what,
the
Dan?
bottle
I've
out.
never heard that. I had friends that I gave we went golfing to a tournament, and I said, guys, this is golf whiskey, and they'd never heard it. And I always thought golf whiskey was easy sipping, low proof whiskey that you could just have while you're golfing. They'd never heard it. That was the funniest thing on earth. I've never heard bathroom whiskey. I love it.
Okay,
You know?
so here's one might get promoted.
Love being educated. You know?
Middle West Spirits, weeded whiskey.
So what is it?
Middle West Spirits.
Middle West
weeded
Spirits.
straight bourbon.
What do you say it was? Oh yeah, hell yeah. I got that bottle somewhere over there.
I do not.
I've got the
remember
double
that.
cask over there. The double casks stay on the shelf. Those are in the trip. Those are major league bottles.
I've heard good things.
Yeah, the double cask. I've got the bourbon and the wheat whiskey. They're awesome.
They're in the big leagues. They're not in double or triple A.
This one got left in the bathroom for a while, and I really don't know why, but we'll find out. Maybe it was a bad bottle.
Doesn't mean it can't move up a level, you know?
No. Well, cork came out, so that's a good thing.
Anything from Middle West Spirits? No, I do not.
And it's okay. You're gonna love this. Remember how dark the other one was? Look at that.
Oh, good Lord. Roger, everything you got is like, wow.
It's got a
Independent Joe, what's up, dude?
Got a little bit of a
What's up, brother?
nose
Cheers,
on it.
man.
Got a little bit
Joe's
of a
a
funk
man.
to it. Not bad. It's 100, moving from the 121 back down to the sub 100s. I remember what moved it to the bathroom. On the front label, it says smooth.
Oh, that's why.
That's why I
Death.
went into the bathroom.
Smooth.
Smooth. Moved it to the bathroom. Smooth. They put that term on the front of the bottle, and I'm like, well, if somebody can't go to the bathroom, I got something for them.
Oh, it's like the kiss of death. Oh,
but it's not bad. It's not bad. It's an Ohio Spirit. I kind of thought that Jason would. I think Jason's done a pick from there.
Yep.
From Middle West Spirits, and
yep.
A bunch of other people did their Pumpernickel Rye ones.
Middle West is putting out some really good stuff, man.
I've heard.
Oh yeah,
things. I've never had one. We don't have it around here.
You never had anything from Middle West?
No.
Oh geez.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
And I've heard really good things. We don't. I've never seen it here in Master, Rhode Island, which is where I do most of my stuff. And forget about Vermont. Vermont is like a black hole for whiskey. So, and I'm there a lot. Occasionally, I'm in New Hampshire.
Yeah.
They might get a little of it, but I haven't really looked.
Sorry, Dan. I'm not trying to take over, but these.
Dude,
this is Middle
good.
West. This is a double cask.
What is that, Roger? Which one?
That's a double cask bourbon. The
sherry.
Sherry cask. Yeah. Sherry cask finished bourbon. Double cask. It's 6 years, and then they have a wheater, which is Oloroso wheat whiskey. 5 years, and I'm telling you what, both of these are great. And I'm not a huge rye person. I like rye, but apparently everybody loves a rye on that because you can't find it at any of the stores. You can just find the bourbon and the wheat. But those are
So
both
here I
really,
got.
really good.
So this is the double cask strength bourbon sherry cask finished 6 years.
Yep.
So this is their 97.25 proof.
Yep.
Which
That's
is great.
that one. Yeah. It's awesome.
But their barrel proof version was my whiskey of the year, 2 years ago?
2 years ago,
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I said. I've heard a lot of good things.
Couldn't find it.
Yeah.
That was I think that was distillery only or Ohio.
Peter, I gotta get you some of that stuff, man.
Being a Michigan fan, I don't go to Ohio that often, so because it has that school from Ohio there. So
yeah, I get that.
So Tom Harper says the Middle West permanent cask strength is one of my best ryes I've ever had this year. Eric Gunnarsson had the Pumpernickel rye and the sherry finished wheat whiskey. Nice. Thank you, Joe. I appreciate that, man. Cheers, buddy. I know I'm on my phone tonight, so it's a little different, but
yeah,
I know Joe's got these bottles.
Still here, man.
You got, you know.
I know Joe's got those bottles.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know he's got them.
That's the thing. When you get these certain distilleries,
Joe,
they can't always go to all parts of the country, you know. And
yeah.
Then
yep.
It's difficult.
Yeah, it was funny. 2 shops in Memphis had, bottles of these Middle West, and I was trying to talk everybody into them. And then when we got done, we stopped at Old Dominic, and we had access to a separate room, and I opened one of them up, and they tried it, and now they were all going to go back and grab one. I'm like, I told you guys, it's good stuff. I warned you. But
then you got the rabbit hole once you. Oh.
Yep.
Oh, we got Old Dominic. That Old Dominic is. We had what my favorite out of there is they do an R&D, research and development bottles. Palo Santo Devil's Water. It's everything you think it is, and it's awesome. They just make these in 375s.
Get the hell out! I want to see that.
Yeah, and they made another batch of it.
Roger, which one is that?
The Devil's Water.
So this is Memento Mori?
Memento Mori, yeah. That's the newest one.
All right.
That is so cool.
But apparently
I haven't tried this yet, but I'm going to crack it right now, actually.
Yeah, they're going to do this Devil's Water again because a certain bourbon tuber went in there and he fell in love with it. So, but they do some really good stuff. I like the fact that they're in Memphis and in Rocktown here in Little Rock. They're starting to they do column stilled stuff out of Bardstown Bourbon Company. So all their column stilled bourbon is made at Bardstown and then brought back down here to Arkansas to age. So
probably my last pour of the night, man.
Okay.
Famous last words.
We've heard this before.
Maybe. We'll see.
Yeah, we've heard this before, but that's okay. I'm glad I popped in here. I was like,
whoa, that's very different.
Yeah, the momentum is. I had it the last time we were over there. I did get more Devil's Water, and I got all the cookies, which was the one that's the ginger cookie.
So it's a beer barrel finished bourbon?
Yeah.
So it's American barley wine beer that's pronounced. So barrel finished in American barley wine beer barrel.
Oh, I like barley wine.
So flavor notes of cherry and cinnamon, Dominate the nose with a fun, nutty toffee note with a rye spice mix with dark chocolate.
Interesting. Barley wine's one of the few. Oh, I enjoy that a lot. I'm not a. Last several years, I've been enjoying certain wines less and less, and certain wines more. I love barley wine.
Yeah, I know Roger does.
Do
Oh,
you,
yeah.
Roger?
Yeah, I got a few
Oh,
bottles
yeah.
of wine.
My
Roger's
son
a wine
sampled
guy,
like
man.
2 or 3. I was like, wow, these are good. So this is just in the last year or so, and I'm like, wow, I got to get more.
Yeah, I've slowed down a little bit on the wine because they can't ship it to Arkansas. So, but that's
I'm a
okay.
big beer guy, but those I enjoy.
And then
So Mike Brock says he can be in Memphis in 6 hours.
you can be in where?
Memphis, 6 hours.
Oh,
And Eric Gunderson's just outside of Memphis.
So Roger, so how far are you from Memphis?
2 hours.
Oh, wow.
Oh shit,
Little Rock
you're
is
right
2
there,
hours
man.
away. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. It's 2 hours if you're going the speed limit. Okay. And I'll tell you, it takes me 2 hours to make it to Memphis.
That's your story, and you're sticking to it.
I'm sticking with it.
Right.
And if it's up to the Arkansas State Patrol to catch me.
If you get there any earlier, you're going to plead the 5th.
Yeah.
You know? 1 year earlier. I plead the 5th. That's an old Dave Chappelle line, which I love. Every time I do something wrong, my wife, she starts asking me, and I go, I plead the 5th. She goes, stop doing that. She hates it.
Yeah,
An
Memphis
old
has
Dave
got.
Chappelle skit. If anybody ever does that, it's hysterical. I come home, she goes, you were supposed to be here like an hour ago. Why are you an hour late? I plead the 5th. Shut up.
Oh shit.
So our Memphis has got 2 good places,
Tell me.
2 good distilleries. Blue Note is there,
Oh,
but Blue Note has no interest in having any type of a retail type setup or anything.
why wouldn't they?
Well, because they sell a ton of shit through the stores and through the distribution mod, and they don't want to have a tasting room or any of those. Plus, where they're distilling, where they're bottling and all their stuff is not exactly in the greatest part of town.
Oh, okay.
But Old Dominick has really redone the whole area around them, and it's kind of nice. Right across the street from them's a chicken place that's really popular in town, and they're right on the edge of the downtown area. There's a few nice hotels and stuff like that, but yeah, Old Dominick's really doing a good job with it. Blue Note, they sell through their retail place there. People will go there and line up for it to be open only 4 hours during the day, and they'll go there and buy the stuff. They did Blue Note did a honey cask finish on their rye and their bourbon.
I saw that.
That they released and it. Well, you saw 21090. He was doing his best ofs, and the Green River Foolproof just barely beat the Blue Note.
Yeah,
uncut and unfiltered. So
Ben says he was about 90 minutes from Memphis Friday, about 17 hours from it now.
Yeah.
Okay. So he's driving.
Ben was driving. Ben
I
be
could be in
driving.
Memphis in 6 hours, says Mike. Okay. You guys are right there.
yeah, Memphis. I tell you what, if you're close to the city and you know when the bourbon drops are going to be, and you can hit a bunch of different stores and try to find the ones, different things, they got a shit ton of the allocated stuff.
Where?
Weller Foolproof 107, Weller 12, everything. It was all over the city last Saturday.
Man.
Did it go really fast? Sure.
Yeah, but then there was a few places that have had it, and they put museum prices on it, and it didn't sell.
Of
But
course.
they still then they had the like you could get 107 antique 107s for $109, which hey,
Yeah.
it's expensive, but people can't find it. They're gonna buy it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know.
But
So from what I hear, Ohio is usually flooded with that.
I have not.
I mean,
found
I
that
know,
to be the
like
case.
Jason finds it like on the regular. So
Especially
Yeah.
the special reserve, and they get a good amount, from what I've heard, Dan, of the 107 also. You are
Yeah.
correct.
Yeah.
Antique. They don't get the other stuff a ton, but
Yeah,
those
you start going up the
more
ladder.
so the antique, but I mean the
Yes.
special reserve. Yeah.
If you start going up the ladder with the 12, the foolproof, and then now the one that the everybody wants and can't seem to get is a single barrel.
Oh
And
God.
if it, there was a
But
guy
that's
that got a.
mediocre though.
Yo, I know that, but hey, there's people that have to have all the colors of the rainbow. So it's like,
Yeah, you got to get the whole rainbow. The other state
Uh-huh.
I heard that is really Weller rich, for lack of a better term, is
Yeah.
Texas. Texas, I heard, it gets a lot of Weller.
yeah, there was a group of guys that got the CYPB for like $199 a bottle, and they were super happy, which is good. But now they have to find the orange one, which is now $4.99. So
That's crazy, man.
it is
Well,
crazy.
that's
yeah.
a them thing.
Yeah.
Let me give you an example, and that might be a me thing. So I've got all the 1792s except the sweet wheat, and I walk into a store, and I'm with my wife, and I never go bourbon shopping with my wife, but she followed me in, and I saw the sweet wheat there for $70. I'm like, you know what? I've not heard great things about it. I'm going to pass and not deal with the crap of buying another bottle in front of my wife. Now, if it was a bottle I've heard great things about, I would have said, I'm going to bite the bullet. But I was sat there. I'm like, my son goes, why didn't you buy it? You don't have it. I've only heard mediocre things about it, and it wasn't worth the hassle. So I walked
We
away.
saw it for $46 a bottle.
What?
Yeah, sweet wheat for $46 a bottle.
Yeah. At that, I probably might have gotten away with it, but it was $69. I'm like, no, that was the only time I've ever seen one. I'm like, nope.
Major
Well, my
Zero, man.
two-
Thank you so much for the congrats. So
I would have had the whole collection. But
Good night,
I
Adam.
hit I hit 3,000 subs, I think, like a week ago. But
hey,
Major,
Dan,
thank you so
congrats.
much, man. I know you helped push that, so thank you so much for the support on that, buddy. Appreciate it,
Okay,
man.
very nice.
Yeah, it was fun.
Yeah.
We did that live
John,
thing on the Saturday.
forgiveness is easier than permission. I live by that motto. But
Yeah.
sometimes you're like, I don't need to be forgiven for that bottle.
I don't think you missed much. I'll tell you this: the two 1792s that you shouldn't pass up if you can find are Bottled and Bond
Bottled and
and
Bond.
Foolproof.
Yep.
Foolproof, Bottled and Bond, and a Foolproof or Bottled and Bond store picks. Those are the two you should always have on your shelf. The
Roger,
others,
look
they're
at me
okay.
right here.
Yeah.
Banging 'em.
Yep.
Absolutely. I have a little shelf in front of me where I have like stuff I drink regularly. I've been lucky enough to get some picks of a Bottle and Bond. Freaking great. And the Foolproof, if you get the right pick, out effing standing.
Yes.
Yeah,
Indeed.
I got a Shelfer bottle that I opened up that we had here locally, and it was awesome. The Foolproof, it was good. But the one that we had, that another friend had that he bought around here locally was the age 12 years. Paid $75 for it, and both of us can't drink it. He tried it, I tried it. It's got a funk to it, and who knows?
Yeah.
Because they have been putting out a shit ton of Barton stuff. You know,
Yes.
because all you got to do is go to Total Wines and know that they put out a shit ton of Barton stuff.
They have a lot
They sure
of
do,
Barton.
man. I mean, well, so all those what the hell is that fucking brand?
Oh, I know what you mean, Dan. Yes. They have their own like brand that they're attached to. Yes.
Yeah. For some reason
Oh,
I can't think of it off the top of my head, but yeah.
Be right
you mean
back.
the brand at Total Wine?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you, Ben. I don't always choose wisely.
Yeah, I mean they're loaded with shit, man. But I mean, as expected, I mean, you knew that they're gonna have shit. I mean,
Well, they had warehouses that they hadn't touched in years.
yeah.
Everybody knew it.
I mean,
And then
super. I
Sazerac
mean,
comes in
they got
there.
a ton of high age stuff.
Yeah, Sazerac comes in there and goes, all right,
Ton.
get rid of this, get rid of this. They
Yeah,
actually tore down a warehouse there.
I believe it.
Because I got a feeling they emptied it out and realized it was not safe to pee in.
So
Okay,
Ben
I agree
says,
with you, Ben, on that. Yeah,
Sweet Wheat is possibly the most boring whiskey.
yeah,
Yeah,
I agree
Yeah.
with him on that. There's no
Yeah.
doubt. It's
yep.
doesn't
There's
have
so many
much
better
to
ones
it.
they have. I mean, the Bottle and Bond and Full Proofs. I mean, depending on what route you go, you know.
You got to go with what everybody wants to have all the bottles, and I don't know about that anymore. I think you just have to get the ones that you like and leave the other ones for somebody else.
Roger,
Agree.
if you can get them the way they should be, yes. But don't go nuts over it, So
I like
Yeah.
Ben. Now, if anyone has a spare 1792 port,
that I would
While we're on the topic,
if that was there,
While we're on
I
the
would have taken
topic.
the hit with my wife in front of it, going, you know what? I'm going to tip this one. I've heard so many good things. Yeah,
I agree. I tell
I
you,
bought a few bottles in front of my wife that I go, you know what? I'm just going to deal with the forgiveness later. I got to get it now.
I've got.
Yeah.
I'll tell you the one I have too many of right now is Ben Holiday. 'Cause
I mean,
got
you're
those two
right there
bottles
though.
coming. Yeah, I was right there. I moved away from it.
Oh, that's right. You were right there. Yeah.
Oh,
And now I moved away, but still, down here I picked up, the soft red wheat, the Rickhouse proof, those bottles because it tells you exactly what's in the bottle. If you turn it
Yes,
on the
it
side,
does.
it
They're very
tells you what
transparent.
floor it is, everything.
Yeah.
And those two bottles that Mash and Journey got for the club, they were just amazing. They were, I think, 7 years, 2 months, and a 7-year bottle. And Jason and Scott, we did it. It wasn't hard to do the pick. It
Yeah.
really wasn't that hard to do the pick because they had hitters that they brought out to you, and they were just really nice about it. I can talk about it now because they're all sold out, but they were amazing.
Do you still have some, Raj?
That's the two bottles I'm waiting on from Seelbach.
Oh, those are the ones.
Those are the ones. I'm waiting on them. I'm hoping with any, I just want a proof of life. Hey, little picture of the box. I don't care.
Proof of life.
Roger,
that's awesome. Proof of life.
Because the crazy time that was, I was moving and I drove all the way up there to Kansas City the one night. And I met those guys at the distillery, which was an amazing experience. That's one of those. If you ever get to do a barrel pick at Ben Holiday, you got to do it. It's just an amazing experience. And
I just had my first few Ben Holidays not that long ago, and I think what's the 100 proof, the Bottle and Bond, which I thought was really nice, not great, but really nice. But I had their full proof, the wheated one,
soft red wheat, yeah,
soft red wheat, and I thought that was as good as a really, really good Larceny batch.
Yeah. Yeah.
And which I love Larceny. So, like, wow, this is really nice.
My buddy Mike Brock, who was in here earlier,
Yep.
he loves the bottled and bond from the soft red wheat. He doesn't like the Rickhouse as much.
Okay.
And I said, that's perfectly fine. I understand because it's got a different flavor to it. I like the bourbon a lot.
Oh,
Joe.
What's up? What's up, fellas?
Sorry,
How you guys
man.
doing?
I'm not used to being on my phone, so it's hard for
no
me to
worries.
see guests on here.
Oh, no worries. I was just
How you
hanging out,
doing,
enjoying
brother?
the conversation.
Oh, it was good. I've got, okay, I might have 12 or 15 bottles of Ben Holiday, but we won't say that too loud because there's certain voices carry in the house, you know. But
Voices
it's
So
still,
Eric,
until Tuesday
said
song.
there's a high rise still floating around.
Scary.
high rye.
I don't know about the high rye.
Yeah, I don't know anything about that. Oh, sounds
Oh,
good.
for 1792? Is
Yeah.
that what he's
Yeah.
talking about? Yeah, I thought it was floating around at some of the places in Bardstown. You know, like all the little what's that place called? The shoot. The library it has all the it's a little shack place that has bourbon as you're right off the main drag.
Blind Pig?
No, Blind Pig. Yeah, no. Blind Pig moved. Did you know that?
Oh, did they?
Yeah, they moved farther
Oh,
down.
shit, I didn't know that.
Moved farther down the street today.
Joe, what are you
Postponed,
drinking, buddy?
I haven't poured anything. I was going to do a review for tomorrow, but I thought I'd jump on and say what's up first, but I haven't had anything.
Shit, man, what are you going to review?
I do every Monday I put out a whiskey mail call thing.
Yep.
And this week was CYPB against where is it at? CY this year to 2024 CYPB against Old Emmer.
Oh,
Interesting.
Toast Barrel.
Yeah, it's. I think they're both weeded. I don't know to what extent, you know. So I thought, and I know Emmer wheat is what they use on the Millennium and the Daniel Weller. So I haven't tasted either of those, so I wouldn't have anything to reference it against. So this is going to be as close as I get.
The closest any of us get, you know?
Yeah.
We're not going to sniff that stuff.
Yeah, they have a bunch of different ones. They have a cask strength and some different ones. And this is their toasted barrel they came out with. And I was like, I'll try it. It's their Total Wine exclusive stuff.
I've seen it in Total Wine myself. Yep.
So I was like, I got to put something up against this year's CYPB. So
And we were talking about the Barton. I forget the actual name that Total Wine does it, but they have one Barton line that they get stuff from Barton that wasn't half bad. And I forget the name of it offhand.
Alcott.
And basically it was straight up Barton and pretty well aged. It was a full proof.
Hickory Hill.
Nope, that I know. I sampled a bunch of
The one with the horse.
No, it's not that one. It's not. Not something Farms.
Chestnut Hill, or
not Chestnut
Yeah,
Farms.
Chestnut Farms.
Probably.
What is the other one? Bankers, something with a B, something.
It's Holcott or something like that, or
Wolcott.
Yes, it's like the
Wilcox is also.
Yeah, they have a Wolcott that's a full proof or a something proof, which I
Yep.
was like, you know what? For $38, that was I would have bought one, if they didn't have a really, really good full proof pick at that time that I sampled. I went, wow, that was a really good one.
Yeah.
The Wolcott Farms was fine for that price. I had no issue. That was one of the few Total Wine stuff I ever had that was like.
So I had Tim Robertson.
Yeah,
you guys know Tim Robertson, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
He was on the channel, and I had him go through the Bardstown stuff, which is Calumet 15.
Like it.
What's that other one? The Houston, Sam Houston 15, and the Hickory Hill 15, and then a distractor bottle, which I can't think of right now. And what came out on top was the Hickory Hill 15.
Wow.
So like it's Barton. They're all Barton. They were all Barton except for one, but he picked the Barton that was just a one of the ones that Total Wine actually is, what they promote. So
right. And the thing is, most of the time they're probably not anything you want, but once in a while they doesn't mean they can't do something okay, decent.
Yeah, the whole thing was he said he didn't like Sam Houston 15, and I was like, man, it has to be your bottle. And he actually picked that one last, and he said it tastes weird to me, it tastes funny. And when we did the reveal, that was the last bottle that it came in last, and all the negative things he said. I was like, I guess you really don't like Sam Houston 15,
right? And it was stuff that you gave him, right?
What's that?
It was samples that you provided him, correct?
Yeah. So it was a totally different bottle than what he had.
Yeah. Wolcott. That is correct. It's Wolcott.
Yeah,
and
Wolcott.
I had a couple of their samples.
Wolcott Rickhouse Reserve Bourbon.
The Rickhouse is okay. There's nothing wrong.
Yeah, it's 120 proof.
Yeah, it's solid. The other stuff, but the Rickhouse, at least what I tried, and I had 2 samples. I thought it was fine. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's basically foolproof Barton,
Yep.
Yeah.
I forgot the age. I don't think it's a bad age either, but it's decent.
So, guys, I hate to hop off of here, man, but I got to take my kid to school tomorrow. I got to be up early, take him to school. So I hate to hop off of here. I apologize, but
no worries, man.
Dan, you're being a good dad. What we talked about earlier. That's the.
I know it's his first day of school. I gotta go.
No, you gotta go.
Yeah, I do.
You got to.
But I'm sorry to have you guys hop on here and then hop off. I apologize.
Oh no, man.
I can't.
I got here late, so it's not anybody's.
Dan, enjoy it. Enjoy that first day of school. Enjoy the kids this year.
I will, man.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, but thank y'all, man. I love you guys, and if by the time I get home tonight, if anybody's on, Joe, if you alive or whoever, there's a chance I could probably hop on. I gotta leave from here and then head home. So,
gotcha.
All right.
Love you all, man. I'll catch you guys next Monday.
Cheers, everybody.
Y'all.
Have a good night, everybody.
See you guys. Bye.
Good night.